Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Bros podcast. As always, your host, Levi, TJ, and Chad.
Hello.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
kind of.
This is our St. Patrick's Day special, isn't it?
Isn't it Sunday?
It's this Sunday.
So that's why.
But we got some Irish whiskey for it, though.
Irish whiskey, which we had Conor McGregor's whiskey before, not on an episode.
Yeah, and I was going to bring that, and Levi's like, "Why don't you bring something else?"
Well,
And
did
I'm
we
like,
do an
okay,
episode
well, I
with
guess
Proper
I'll go.
12, though, was what I was initially thinking.
We didn't do an episode with Proper 12.
No,
but
I wanted to, but we bought it, and then we had to drink it for the fight.
Well, with
so
all
we did.
with all the Conor McGregor news, I don't know.
Yeah. And
Well,
I bought some Guinness
Conor McGregor just punched somebody's phone out of their hand
and ran off with it.
and ran off with it.
That's what's funny about it. He took the guy's phone.
I didn't see the video. Did you see the video?
No.
Give me those glasses.
No.
Oh, but we're drinking
Guinness.
Guinness.
Jameson.
Yeah, but our whiskey is the Jameson. See, this is the Irish whiskey cask mates. It's apparently a special edition, and this is the IPA edition. So this one, it said it was finished in craft beer barrels.
Damn.
So it apparently was in an IPA barrel.
So it might be a mistake that we're drinking a stout beer and whiskey that's been aged in IPA barrels.
Yeah, maybe.
But
I should have got. There was a stout one, but I got the IPA one.
I don't really like stouts that much, though, as a thing.
I don't really like Irish whiskey that much, so I don't know
We're
how
gonna
much
be
I'm going to like
miserable.
this at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
This might be terrible.
I'm kind of
That's
with you.
probably for the best because we got way too drunk on the
'Cause
last episode, boys.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like Irish whiskey is typically not. It's like copper distilled and stuff like that, right? Or
I have no idea.
I mean,
I
or
don't know.
Not whiskey barrels. It's like
I don't know about
something
that.
else. I mean, I really don't know.
There's
a good
definitely
question.
a different taste to it. There's an
Yeah,
obvious
It
difference.
tastes very different.
So I'll
than
tell you one
anything
thing I
around
know is different is when you go to other countries, because of the temperatures and climates and everything, they have to age it at different years. Like whereas like Jack Daniels is like 7 years.
Yeah.
Like you get some of these scotches or something, and they're like 12.
13,
yeah.
15, 20,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a difference too, but we should
Yeah.
really know more about this.
Well, but I mean, there's whiskeys that are
Hold
aged
on,
for
Phil.
12 years, though, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but that perfect taste really depends on the climate is how you determine your aging.
Yeah.
Because I think most of them around this are all going to be in the same area,
I didn't pour it in my Guinness either.
and we also have the Guinness. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Conor McGregor. I don't know what's on this videotape, or if it's just the guy was on his nerves. He had a
Yeah,
few
he's
to
probably
drink.
Probably just drunk and mad.
They said it was like 5 a.m, so he was
He
at,
was probably been
Yeah.
out for a long time. Yeah.
and he just takes this thing.
I haven't had Guinness in a long time. The last time I had Guinness, it was free. So I may have liked it better.
Fair enough. Well, you didn't pay for this one,
True, that one was free too.
so you might like it the same.
But I remember the first time I had it was probably like 15 years ago, and I hated it because I'd never really had anything other than light beer. And I thought it tasted like ass. But then I started drinking more beers later, and it was free at a bar. The bartender asked me if I wanted some free beer. And
And you said
I was like,
yeah.
And I was with another buddy of mine that I drink with a lot, and he's real picky about his beer. He was like, and I was like, yes, I'll take those. Because there were two. I was like, I'll take both of them if he doesn't want his.
Yeah,
But I hadn't had Guinness in a long time. And I remember, I think I still really didn't like it. And I still drank both of them like a champ because it's free
Damn.
beer. I'm not turning down free beer.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Someone left a milk stout in my Let's drink something first here.
Oh, yeah.
What
We
do you
need
want
to,
cheers
we
first?
need to
The whiskey?
cheers the whiskey
Yeah,
because
cheers the whiskey.
we're the whiskey bros.
That is true.
Now, let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it
Let's
goes.
see.
It's remarkably smooth
That's
for sure.
not near as bad as I was expecting it to be.
No, actually, as far as Irish whiskeys go, or Jamesons I've tried before, this is the best one I've tried.
Yeah, because I don't think I like Jameson.
I like this better than the
That's
proper
pretty good.
12 in my opinion.
It's better than
But-
proper. That proper 12 has too much vanilla taste in
Well,
it for
dude,
me.
I'll tell you I bought a second proper 12.
Yeah.
It doesn't have near as much vanilla taste. to
Really?
It tastes like way different. So I'm just thinking
That's
maybe
good.
it was so new they couldn't figure it out at that point. How
How-
strong is it?
40%.
40%. So
Yeah.
Well, at least we're not going to be like we
Run of the
were
mill.
last time.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
drinking that
We
shit.
were sloppy and
Yeah.
mildly racist.
I'm not doing that again. We were mildly a lot of things. I was more than mild. I was extremely a dick to everyone. Like
He was
that's
a-
what I
he was
got.
really, he was really against ranking things in order.
Yeah, no, I was telling TJ about
Did
that.
you
I'll
listen
listen
back
to
to
it
it?
Let's
later.
get back to the ranking.
Yeah.
Thing. No,
Well, no, that's what I was telling TJ. I really didn't care, but
Yeah.
when it come up on the thing, because you were like, what's the top 100? And I'm like, I fucking hate top 100 list. And what I wanted to say, my point is because they rank things that you can't put in order.
Yeah.
And what I told TJ is, it's like, what do you like better, steak or ice cream? Like, you can't rank one of those
That's
above
true.
the other. They're different
Steak.
things. That
Well-
was the point I wanted to
well,
make,
no,
but
I get
it
that.
came off with me saying, fuck you and your fucking top 10 list.
Yeah. Well, you're right about that because like when someone asks you like what is your favorite movie, I mean there's so
Right.
many genres of
Right.
movies, it's hard to narrow it down just to one movie.
Right. But you can talk about like some of the ones that say like top 10 movies that impacted me or something.
Right.
You could put some qualifiers in there to make it make sense.
And even if they don't make sense, it still inspires conversation. So
Yeah.
I don't hate top 10 lists. And I was also a huge dick to your friend Chris, who I've never even met.
Yeah.
Were you a dick to him on this episode?
Oh, way a dick to
that
him.
means
I started
two episodes that you were. He
Yeah.
probably hates you.
I'm sure he hates
He's
me.
your number one fan.
He has to hate me. He's my number one hater, I'm sure. I did because I listened back to him. I'm like, I'm being a terrible dick to this guy. But then Levi's telling his jokes. I'm like, but these jokes are really bad. Like, so I don't feel as bad about it.
Is it because
As a
you guys
dick.
have the same last name?
Do we have the same last name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
family, son.
you hold them to a higher
You hating
standard.
on family, son.
Probably so. I probably do hold him to a higher standard. Then
Don't-
you got to do better.
Don't
What-
desecrate the name.
Is it really, were the jokes really that bad, or did you present them poorly? If he
It's
was
pr-
here,
I think it's more me because I laugh pretty good. And if so, you're calling my humor shit.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hate
thinking-
it.
And that's not true.
I'm thinking if he was here, he would explain it better. He would probably be mad at you for ruining his jokes.
Probably.
See, it
Yeah.
feels like I'm the only one he likes at this point.
Probably so. You're probably the only one who
Yeah.
doesn't talk shit about him. I've
I
talked
love
terrible
you,
shit about
Chris.
him. Only I would say that I love him, but I feel like that's just going to rub salt on the wound. it's not going to make anything
That
any
beer's
better.
hitting me pretty good too.
Let me taste
Actually,
it.
it's good.
Uh,
yeah.
uh,
Fuck yeah.
Now, you said something about stouts. I don't buy these a lot because they're usually very rich
That's
and
not
they
bad.
fill you up
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, they're like
They're real heavy.
milk or chocolate milk or something.
So, but
Yeah.
the first one I really enjoyed was actually our first trip to Denver, and I got a vanilla porter, which is very similar to a stout,
Mhm.
and it was tasty. It was like a good dessert. It was like a coffee
Yeah.
base with like vanilla in it. I mean, it was great. But this year is not bad at all.
No, I
Because
like
I've had Guinness before where I'm just like, this tastes like tar or black licorice, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't know if out of the bottle it's different, but when you get it from tap, the head on a Guinness beer
Yes,
sometimes
so
is so thick
thick.
it never
Yeah.
goes away the whole beer.
Wait a minute. Don't we have the setup here for a drink? Isn't this don't you drop a shot of Jameson in a thing of Guinness and it's called something?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Look that up. That's a big
All right.
thing. I
I
feel
don't have
like
any shot glasses up here, but I could sure as hell get some.
what is that? I want to say black and tan, but you put Bailey's in that.
Yeah, I think you're right about
Okay.
that.
But there's something where you put, I think it's Jameson. You drop that in a
Jameson
glass of
and
Guinness, and
Let's see
it's
here.
a drink.
Yeah.
If we do that, we got to wait till the end. We can't do that. We can't do that here at the
Yeah,
beginning.
we'll get wrecked.
Yeah, we'll be like we were last episode. Now
Right.
I'll shit talk everyone. I think I was in a bad mood the last episode
What's
too,
wrong
though.
with you, buddy?
No, I think it was just one of them like weeks, one of them days,
How you
and like I
feeling
came
now?
around. I feel really good now. I'm in a
So-
good mood now.
Oh, yeah.
The number one thing that pulled
Kind
up
of
with that is something called an Irish car bomb.
Yep, that's it. Irish car bomb.
But it
That's
actually
what I was
does
trying
have
to think of.
Bailey's with it. It says
Okay.
typically all three things is Guinness Stout, Bailey's Irish Cream, and a shot of Jameson Irish whiskey.
Okay, you have any
Holy
Bailey's here?
smokes. I don't
It
know.
says you pour
Probably shouldn't do this.
pour the Bailey's Irish Cream into a shot glass, followed by the Jameson Irish whiskey.
do you have
it
to
shows
keep,
a
do you have to
picture
keep
of it.
Bailey's in the fridge?
Yeah, because
Yes.
it's a cream.
Yeah,
liqueur,
yeah,
so
'cause
I don't-
it's
I
a-
don't have any.
Yeah,
I
it'll.
don't have any.
it'll go
I
bad.
had some, but I think I put it in coffee and got rid of it that way. Like I
Yeah.
was making these iced
Yeah.
coffees with Bailey's and pretty fucking good.
It's oh, it's good. Like I was doing it for a while, but it's just not worth the cost.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Because
it's
Bailey's
not-
is really
and-
expensive.
And it's
It
not
is.
that high of an alcohol content. For
No.
it's like you're not going to feel it.
No, you're not going to feel it
So
at all.
why even really mess with it?
I mean, unless you just never drink. I mean, you might feel it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I like Bailey's for. I mean,
I
I
like
don't know
it from a shoe.
from a shoe.
I was literally thinking.
For
the exact
those
same
of you
thing.
listening to the show that don't get that reference, you should really brush up on some Mighty Boosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Google search Old Greg.
Yeah, and
Well,
you'll.
Oh
love
yeah, you
yourself
will
for
get
it.
that part. That's
Yeah.
that's the main part of the episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
for sure. So, guys, what's happened between this podcast and last? I mean,
I'll
what do
tell
you guys
you-
got going on?
Well, not about me, but in MMA news, 2 gigantic retirements. GSP
I
retired
know,
officially,
Okay,
which
officially, like,
we thought
Yeah.
that was coming,
right?
but he came back
But I
and
hope
won
not,
the title.
right? Because he had
So,
such a good fight
yeah,
against
Bisping.
Michael Bisping. Yeah,
yep, and then retired officially, which is huge. He's absolutely, in my opinion, the best 170 pounder to ever do it.
well,
know?
I mean, y'all know he's my favorite fighter.
Right.
I love GSP, and
yeah, he's
but
but
I,
not even for fighting. You just love him because of his archaeology
I
stuff.
love him
right?
as his fighting, his archaeology, or his not his
I love
paleontology.
dinosaurs as much as I love
Paleontology.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
no, but now I'm just picturing him, archaeologist, dressed up like Indiana Jones, and that would be pretty.
Well, I mean,
cool.
you dress the same for paleontology,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
you?
No, well, kind of. I guess if you're the Jurassic Park dude, he kind of
Yeah,
dressed
yeah.
up like
That's
that
what I'm
too.
thinking.
So,
Grant did on Jurassic Park.
right.
Yeah, he kind of had an Indiana Jones look to him. But yeah, I'm glad that he like I hate to see him go, obviously, because I love watching him fight, and I love just the lead up to the fight, and how he's just so professional of a fighter. But I don't want to see him go the route of getting knocked out every fight, and
Right.
I don't.
because I feel like
I hate seeing fighters like
I feel
that.
like BJ Penn kind of did the same thing.
Oh,
he tried
yeah.
to hang around a little bit later and put some fights in, and it really just kind of
What he
did more
tried
harm
to.
than
He's
good.
still trying to. BJ Penn is
I
a
know,
fight
but
scheduled.
yeah, that's right. He's fought the fight, isn't he?
he needs to stop, man.
He
It's
just
like
lost by submission to a they lined him up with a guy who he could have a grappling match against essentially, and he lost there too. And now he has one more fight lined up. Still.
man. See, that's
Against
crazy,
Clay
man.
Guida's his next fight, I think.
Really?
Well,
Wow.
that could work. I mean,
Clay Guida's younger and aggressive.
That's a name I have
Well,
not heard in a while.
I didn't even.
Dude.
I thought he wasn't even in the UFC anymore.
Yeah, I haven't heard his name in a while either. But
No, I think I seriously heard it. Like I thought I read something
maybe
that he was
worked
out of the
his way
UFC.
back up.
Maybe so.
I don't know. I wish BJ Penn would stop too. But
So
then the
did-
other big retirement, I don't know if you guys heard about because he's not in the UFC, wasn't in the UFC currently, but Mirko Krokop retired.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, he took his last fight was against Roy Nelson, and I think he won that fight, but he retired after the fact. Said he had some serious like internal injuries.
What about your boy, your Russian guy that you like,
Fedor?
Fedor, is he retiring anytime soon? He's getting close.
No, so
He's looking kind of rough his last few fights.
Fedor, yeah, he lost. Who was that last fight he lost to? He lost to Ryan Bader, didn't he?
Is that who it was?
Ryan
I can't-
Bader.
I just remember seeing it. I saw the like videos or
But-
something I
but-
posted. And he did not look good.
He
I
did.
mean,
He knocked out or destroyed Chael Sonnen.
how long ago was that?
The fight before that one, I think.
I don't think I knew that.
And then before that, he beat. Yeah, Chael Sonnen has the best resume of losing to the best people of all time.
Yeah, because he
lost
talks his
to
way up to this
Anderson
fight.
Silva twice. He lost to John Jones, and he's lost to Fedor Emelianenko.
Yeah. Well, I said Fedor looked bad. I shouldn't. Fedor looks the same in all of his fights, but
He looks
he just
sleepy.
looked like he went down really easy. Like
Yeah.
it looked like it.
Oh yeah, I wish he would quit
It just
too.
didn't take much.
I
to
wish
put
he
him
would
down.
have retired after losing to in the that first Grand Prix,
Wouldn't-
Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix.
Anderson Silva is about to fight again, and he's another one that about needs to retire. I mean, he's not looked good. His last
Anderson
few.
looked okay, but he was against Israel, the last stylebender, Adesanya, who is like the fucking phenom, the next big thing. This guy's going to fight for the interim title next.
But who did he fight before that? It was one of. Who did he fight before? It was when
Trying to think.
didn't he sub in for somebody? Wasn't that one where y'all were at the house? He
Yeah.
subbed in for somebody.
That was against Daniel Cormier, though. Daniel
Oh,
Cormier.
okay.
is-
Oh, yeah,
is,
yeah,
you know,
okay.
Daniel Cormier. That's one of the best.
What weight class were they fighting in?
Light heavyweight, I guess.
So Anderson Silva had to move up to fight him.
Yeah. Well, Anderson's fought at light heavyweight. He fought Forrest Griffin at light heavyweight also back in the day. Remember that?
Oh,
where
that
he
was
made
light
Forrest
heavyweight.
Griffin look ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Forrest never fought.
If you've
below-
watched any UFC, you've
Yeah.
seen that. That's on every highlight reel
Mhm.
that it is.
So
But I didn't know that was light heavyweight. But I guess I just didn't
Yeah.
really know what weight class Forrest Griffin was in.
yeah,
Uh,
Forrest Griffin was the
he was
champ.
light.
for
He was
one-
light heavyweight,
I'm
right?
I'm so bad with weight classes, man.
Forrest Griffin was the champ at light heavyweight at one point.
Okay.
He actually beat. Man, I'm gonna botch this up, but I think he beat Rampage Jackson. to win that title, or he lost it to Rampage Jackson.
Fact checking, people. Fact checking.
I don't know. Whatever.
Put it in there.
Put it in the
I
comments.
have 3 drinks on this table. I have a
Dude,
beer, a
attaboy.
whiskey, and a coffee.
Attaboy.
Is it coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I was trying to not get so drunk this time. So I come in drinking
I
coffee
got
and
water.
eating
I
stuff.
haven't opened it.
I got some of my
Mine.
Black Rifle coffee.
Yeah, that stuff's good, man.
Caffeinated as fuck.
No, not I didn't get that this time. This is the regular just black, because the caffeinated as fuck, I still really like it. But it's so caffeinated. You can't hardly drink more than like 1 cup of it.
Okay.
If I try to drink any more coffee than that, it's like too much caffeine. Like I can start feeling like I don't feel good. Caffeinated as fuck's really good if you're just drinking a cup of coffee.
How do you feel when you get too much caffeine? Like, is it a
Makes me almost feel nauseous.
Jittery for me.
really?
See, I've never felt jittery. I know people say that, but I know like back years ago when I would drink energy drinks, if I ever tried to drink 2, I would always feel like, I don't know, like not well. Like I really need to get some food on my stomach soon.
I say that, but it depends on what the coffee is. Like I drink coffee probably 4 cups a day at work. I mean, I mean, it's just kind of
Yeah. See, I'm like
routine
that too.
thing.
I'll drink it all day if I can.
Yeah. But it's a good substitute, and kind of fills my stomach, and you're getting water intake plus a little bit of caffeine.
Yeah, and it's,
so it's
way better for you than energy drinks or
Right.
right. So I mean, be honest with you, it's been a little while since I've had an energy drink. Plus I'm just
Oh yeah, I haven't had
that.
one
I
in
mean,
years.
be a little bit, but the it depends on how much, I guess, espresso's in it or the
Hours.
caffeine
I haven't had
intake.
one in
But I
hours.
mean, it'll
Get hours.
I mean, it does. If you get something with like 3 shots of espresso, like a macchiato's already got 2 shots of espresso in it. You get something with the additional one in it, like 3. Oh, you'll feel it.
Well, espresso is just coffee with less water in it.
It's concentrated. Yeah.
Right. That's just what it is. Like a coffee, like an Americano. You know what an Americano is? You've seen it?
It's
That
espresso with water.
That come from right. It's espresso with water, but that's basically what American coffee is, anyways. It's just coffee with more water in it.
Right.
Because they said that name come around back in World War II. That's the one where Germany invaded and occupied France, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't
for sure.
Yeah, okay. So anyhow, the American soldiers were there and they would get coffee, but in France they would just this is after they had liberated them and soldiers were there, but they would just serve espresso. Well, the American soldiers would order hot water and dump the coffee in the hot water so they could drink coffee all day like we do here in America.
Smart move.
So they started calling it Americano, and they would serve it so that way the soldiers could come up and order an Americano, and
but
they would.
It
serve
tastes
that way.
different from just like a percolated thing of coffee.
It does.
It tastes different if you get the espresso and then add water.
Oh, it
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
does.
Well, and
It definitely tastes different.
Well,
but-
then you have like a French press where you put the water, coffee grounds, and then you get that thing plunger that pushes it down to the bottom, and then you just have like the saturated water from the coffee grounds.
right. I don't know what the difference is in how you make like coffee out of a coffee pot here and how you make espresso. I'm not sure what the process
I know
is.
it's a different machine, but I don't know how.
It's certainly
what it does.
concentrated, but I don't know what it does.
I'm not sure
It's
if
probably a lot harder. I'm sure
Yeah.
it, because you're just draining water through coffee grounds. It's got to be
order-
easier.
So the only time I get an espresso is like if we go out to dinner, and I generally eat too much, and then my wife always wants to go shopping or something. Oh, we got a phone call.
It's one of these bullshit robocallers.
I wish it would be a person. You could take it live on the air.
It's Evelyn Duke.
Evelyn Duke. I don't
Yeah.
get that reference.
No, that's what it said.
oh,
That's the caller ID. Let
good
me
old
silence
Aunt
my
Evelyn.
phone.
No, so I'll eat too much, and then she'll want to go shopping, and to make me feel good walking around, I get an espresso, and it like totally helps me just like feel better.
Mhm.
I just chug that down real quick. I'll get a double espresso usually over that at Starbucks.
Yeah.
It
Dude, I'm
definitely
good
does.
to go, baby.
Me and my wife went to a nice like
wife.
Italian restaurant one time, and they would do that. After you ate, they would offer you coffee, and I didn't know.
I feel like that's a European thing because, like,
Yeah.
when we went to Canada,
Montreal,
they offered it after every single
Right.
meal. I mean, you could go get a burger and fries, and they'll offer you coffee when you're done.
Really?
I'm just like, okay,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of them restaurants. So it was a nicer restaurant, and they're getting their money. They're not trying to like rush you out the
Right.
door. So they're like, hang out, drink some coffee.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, fuck it. Yeah, we'll sit here and drink some coffee. But you're right. It didn't make me feel like, you eat Italian food, it blows you up
Yeah.
anyways. And yeah, the coffee really just made it kind of settle down and
Yeah.
feel better.
I like it. You know why I like it? I like to linger at a table
Yeah.
long after a meal. Like I do that for every damn meal. My wife
Yeah.
is ready to jump up and get started on something else. But man, I just enjoy talking at a meal. So I'll even breakfast. I won't even eat breakfast with the kids in the morning usually, but I'll make a cup of coffee and just sit and talk with them. And then and I'm trying to just linger and chat, but they're ready to move on and watch their tablets or something.
I love my morning time every day at work with a cup of coffee and just looking at my emails, getting caught up, and then kind of planning out the first kind of couple things for the day.
Attaboy.
Because you just kind of
shit done.
Yeah, look at it.
Did you get new glasses?
I did. I actually had them the last podcast. I literally got them the day before, but yeah, they're a little bit more rounded. And
because I don't look at you in the eyes because I'm ashamed.
Yeah, I know.
I look down.
You're afraid of that boner coming up.
That's what I'm really afraid of.
Because I already got the sexy voice that you've been talking about. So
I know.
It
went up a little bit. I can't. I can't look at them glasses. I keep looking up, and I catch them eyes as I'm looking at them. So I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna look back down at this sweet Dovahkiin helmet that Levi brought.
What's the Dovahkiin?
That's the Dragonborn. That's the main protagonist from Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 5.
Is that a game or a book or a movie?
It's a game.
Okay.
That is surprising you don't know this, because the big joke now is how this game has been re-released so many times that if I don't know if you've seen the things, it's hilarious. Like, so people splice in the videos, so they'll get like a new tablet or whatever, and they're like, and this is draw with friends or whatever, and they start drawing, and then as they draw in, they send it to somebody, and it kicks into the opening scene of Skyrim.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, yeah, there's all these like memes going around of that.
Funny.
I'm really embarrassed by how little I do know about video games.
I don't think it's anything to be embarrassed about.
I play
as
the
a
ones
gamer,
I play. I mean, I still play a few. Like, I'll play. Me and the kids will play the Star Wars Battlefront that came with my PlayStation. We play that all the time.
Oh, while we are talking about video games, Levi already asked me about it, but I played. This is a good time for video games if you do want to get into it. I've got a game this week that's straight up a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and that's what everybody's been saying.
That's the new Devil May Cry 5.
I saw the commercial for this.
It is so fucking good. I mean,
are the game mechanics were the selling point?
It's everything about it is good. That's why it's a 10 out of 10 game, and it's a time where there's so many good games coming out right now. Like, I never would buy games new. I haven't bought games new in forever. But in the last like couple months, I've bought several games brand new because they're so good, and I'm too excited to play them.
And I know Resident Evil 2.
Like this one, is great too. I bought that Resident Evil 2 remake is. I mean that's just the staple of how you should remake an old game. I mean they just did it perfectly. It was enough old stuff and enough new stuff mixed in together. And then the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, which was fantastic.
Which was fucking awesome. We talked about that on podcast before. But they did something really cool with this Devil May Cry. I've got to talk about this though, because it's a mechanic I haven't seen in a game before. So as you're playing through the game, you play through like three different main characters, and their stories intersect, but the timelines change. Which, by the way, this entirety of this game almost takes place on your birthday, which I thought was
June
funny.
15th?
Yeah, so it's everything. They sell the time, and it's June 15th.
Send gifts and condolences.
Yeah, I kept seeing that entire time. TJ and my granddad's birthday are the same. Yeah, so like occasionally they would like jump back a month, so the date is important. But anyhow, to get back to the point.
Thank you for remembering.
Yeah,
makes you feel good.
So anyhow, like I'm
penciling it in now.
Just say, so you can remember it.
Yeah.
So say a character is trying to catch up with another character, right? So the first character might be going to like fight a boss, and the second character is behind him.
Okay.
So you're playing the second character, and you're running up to help the first guy.
Okay.
But later you'll play the first guy and figure out how he got there. Y'all with me? Okay. Am I making sense?
So you're gonna see the journey to the place,
right?
Okay.
But as you run up to like the person, so maybe
Pulp Fiction-y kind of in a way,
right? But so like say you're seeing them like down below you, you know,
okay.
or whatever in another room, and so you're trying to get there, and you see them fighting the boss.
Okay.
Well, this game connects you online to other people playing the game. So when you're seeing the guy you're chasing fighting the boss, you're seeing another real player really fighting this boss.
Awesome. That's pretty
That's
cool.
just something that's like cool. Really cool.
Neat,
and, like, and that's what I wanted about a lot of these games out that are so good now. It's little details like that are really making the games cool. Yeah. And you can tell that they're putting more time into these, especially these single player games, and making them just really feel filled out and that's feel cool. Good instead of, which I feel like for years now, every game you get, they start out like really good, and then you can like feel that it was rushed. Okay. Like you could feel they were trying to get a paycheck at the end. They were trying to sell it with the commercials.
Yeah.
And now I guess because Twitch has got to be such a big thing, and
I heard that's how Anthem was, which Anthem was like a big
right.
you know,
And
game that was
there
coming
was
out.
no way I was buying that. I could tell that I just felt like that shit.
It's
was
like
all
Destiny.
hype.
It's like Destiny all over again.
Yeah, and they're saying it's even worse than Destiny. So so anyhow, I just wanted to get that out. But like, yeah, it's
Devil
but
May
the-
Cry
5. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's no shame in not knowing what that is. Because to be honest with you, I mean, this is a super popular game. Skyrim is. It's one of the.
I've heard y'all say that, but
all-time-
I don't think I ever knew what it was.
It's definitely one of the best games of the decade, and I regrettably have never played it.
Oh, how have you never played it? You can play it like on everything but your phone now. I think.
I feel like when it came out, I really fell into Mass Effect and some other different games, and I just never kind of came around to it. Because like the last game I played that was like Fable, and I was just like, eh.
Oh, it's very different than Fable.
Well, I mean, but what I mean is you're playing like a medieval type character in a medieval kind of world, and
Yeah,
I
you are
was just
doing
kind of
that.
like, eh. And I also played the Lord of the Rings Shadow of Mordor
Oddworld,
game, which
Abe's
was
Odyssey.
kind of
Yeah.
like that too.
Oh,
That's very old school there.
but I think it's really good.
That's
Well,
old reference.
break off the video game talk. We had talked about Conor McGregor and stuff like that, and
I'm
I
sure
know
a lot of people
on
appreciate
on a previous episode, I don't remember if it was the last one because I was too drunk to remember, but we talked about like how famous athletes were,
Right.
Just in general. So ESPN actually had an article that came out on their website. Actually, I think a couple days ago, but it was the top 100 most famous or internationally recognized athletes around the world.
That's good. And
So-
how do they determine that? Like,
so they had 3 categories. They had, I mean, really, there was a lot of different factors going into that. How many times the players Google searched, jersey sales, social media following, everything kind of stacked together, and they gave it a grade based off solely on that. So
demographics of their.
I took down
Twitter feed and stuff.
I took down the top 10. And you have to take into consideration. It's not nationally. It's international.
Is this current athletes? Or?
Current athletes.
Okay, let me guess.
Yeah, I want to guess some too.
Okay.
I bet LeBron James is on the top 10. Top 10 is what you have?
Yes.
I bet LeBron James is on there.
I bet he is too. I bet Conor McGregor's not on it.
I bet Conor McGregor is on the top 10.
He is on the
He
list.
is on the list.
Yeah. I bet
Nice.
he is.
Okay, well, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm wrong.
I bet that. I'm gonna think of the sports. Here.
I bet at least 4 are soccer players that we've never heard of.
Well,
There are soccer players on this. It's the most-
Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo is number 1 on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, because soccer is way huge on.
But I will say that
everywhere else in the
there
world.
is
Because you're saying this is
I bet
worldwide.
basketball is
There's
the most.
there's only 3 soccer players on this list.
Wow, Ronaldo's the only.
I
one
said 4. I was
can
close.
tell you.
I did
Unless
say we
it's
never heard
Beckham. Is David Beckham on there?
No, he's not playing. He's retired.
Okay, I'm so
Yeah.
stupid.
There you go.
I definitely don't know. I just because this is searched in the world, right?
Okay.
Yes, this is based on social media.
In the
jersey
world that
sales,
has the
everything.
internet.
Yeah, they're currently playing right now.
I bet.
So you got 2. Number 1 and 2 are Cristiano.
I got
Ronaldo.
3.
Yeah.
What number?
But,
What number
3,
is Conor
but,
McGregor?
Ronaldo and LeBron James are 1 and 2,
Okay.
and Conor McGregor is number 5 actually on the
Wow.
Dang.
list.
So hang on. Let me now give me. Is there any other MMA fighters?
I say
no. Actually, as far as the top
Is there
100,
any other
there were
boxers?
only 3 MMA fighters
wow.
to even make the list
Out of 100.
out of 100 top athletes
Hold
around
on,
the world.
let me
Is
see.
Anderson Silva one of the other ones?
No.
Let me see if I can guess what the other. What are the other 2?
I only wrote
GSP.
GSP's one.
Yep.
Okay.
But his will be off now because it's current. So he just quit. Or just retired. Quit.
I bet it's got to be somebody that's more international, like not Anderson Silva. Really? Is it him? It's not him, is it?
No, he said no.
No, to be
You
honest with
remember
you,
who the other one is? It might be then.
It's not like Brock
Okay.
Lesnar.
it was a guy that it was Khabib.
Could be.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Russia.
I
Yeah,
should've
a lot
thought.
of folks in Russia.
Well, not to mention he's like constantly shit talking Dana White on
Yeah.
stuff. So that would make sense that he would be.
All right. So is the other sports? Is there more basketball players?
There is one other additional basketball player.
Kevin Durant.
I'm definitely not.
He was
gonna know
he was in
anyone
the
else.
teens, but you're not.
Tell me, will I know anyone else on this list?
Yes.
I will.
Is
Yes.
Oh, so football quarterbacks. It's got to have what you call it.
Roethlisberger.
Tom Brady's got to be on there.
Tom Brady was
Tom
not
Brady.
a top 10.
Not
Matter of
top
fact, there is
10?
not a single football player in the top 30
Really?
But there are football
because
players
it's
on there, though.
international. Because it's just an American sport.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
there.
Okay. Hockey players.
there were actually 0 hockey players in the top 10.
I mean, I couldn't name any.
Well,
Pecorino.
because-
And I will tell you another. I will tell you another
Fisher.
fact. There are 0 baseball players in the top 10.
Now that's good.
Well, because
Yeah, it should be that way.
but they don't play baseball anywhere but in America,
Yeah,
right?
They
Yeah.
definitely do.
And
in
and
Japan, don't they?
I'll go ahead.
Well, I mean, as a major sport.
And I'll go ahead and tell you right now, there's one player on this list that you will not know, and I do not know, and it's because he plays the sport of cricket.
Oh, well,
His name is
Cricket's huge in India, though,
Virat
dude.
Kohli, and there is no rugby players on this. But
Just give us the list. 'cause we're screwing up now.
the two. So there's one more basketball player. There's 2 tennis players, and then there's a golf player, and there's 2 soccer players.
Oh, Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods is number 10 on.
I don't know why I didn't think about that.
Venus and Serena.
No, but she actually made the top 25. So that was
Which one? Serena.
just Serena. She's the
Okay.
only one who made the list.
Okay.
There's still
the other
another one.
basketball player-
Federer. Roger Federer.
Yes, he is number
Yeah.
6 on the
Yeah,
list.
that makes sense.
Now there is one more male tennis player that is also on the list, and he's often regarded as like the next best. That's right there,
I couldn't tell you who
I
that is.
have no idea.
Rafael Nadal.
Nadal. I've heard that name.
The other basketball player on the list is Steph Curry, and the other 2 soccer players are Lionel Messi and Neymar.
I thought you said I would know one. Oh, was that Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
Now Lionel Messi to me is the best soccer player in the world.
I
Cristiano
actually
Ronaldo's
have
right
heard
there.
the name Messi.
Both of them have won multiple awards, but both these dudes make other guys look silly on the field. Like you guys should check out. And
Have you
Neymar's
gone
not
back
bad.
to
He's a
studying
Brazilian
soccer
guy.
more now that you're coaching?
Yeah, I've been playing FIFA, and I've been getting back into it.
Damn.
And actually, I started watching Premier League soccer. I'm watching more of it than I am football right now. So you'll see me spouting off some
Holy
soccer
smokes.
nerd stuff.
He
before
said
too long.
he said on even though they're what 8 years old,
Yeah.
8-year-old team, and they're not playing with goalies. They're playing 4-on-4, no goalie.
No goal,
Really?
which is weird. And
That seems too old to not have goalies.
and the field is
Is anybody playing defense? Or are they just all
yeah,
in?
So you're allowed to have one sweeper keeper kind of person,
okay.
but they can't use their hands, obviously. But you can designate a
Sweeper's
person
a center,
to play.
center defender.
Center.
play.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
call that the sweeper.
But I mean, it's only 4 players, and it's a fairly large field. I mean, it's considerably bigger. It's literally 2 to 3 times bigger than the field that
Wait,
Kaylin had
I
played
don't know
on
that
when
much
she was
about
younger.
soccer, but
Yeah.
you have all right. You got a goalie, and
Yep.
then up from that is 2 people on the outside.
Well, you can do different layouts, but usually it's a standard layout is three fullbacks, which is the back row
In front of the goalie,
in front of the goalie.
so they can have the center one of those 3 on the team,
Yeah,
right? Is that what you're saying?
One sweeper.
Well, there's 11 players on a
on
professional
a regular
team
soccer
field.
team, it's like this: goalie, 3, 3, isn't it?
Well, in
No,
professional soccer,
there's one
typically
more.
it's
There's
a
4.
4-4-2,
4-4-2. That's right.
and or a
We ran a 3
or
defenders
a
back when I was a kid.
3-5-1, and you have a lot of players in the middle of the field that kind of work together, and then one striker who's like your premier kind of
We
guy.
did a 4-3-3.
Some people do that too,
Yeah.
but
We're kids.
but it just depends on your strength. Like typically, a layout for soccer is based on your strength. So a team that's got strong, defenders can afford to have more
Okay.
people up,
Okay,
and a team that's weaker on defense brings more people back.
Oh, I
there you go.
don't know any of this.
But all that aside, yeah, it's the soccer thing's going pretty good. I'll tell you right now, like from a coaching standpoint, the kids definitely at this age a lot better. I felt bad, and I felt like some empathy looking over at the coach for Nora, and so Nora's my youngest. She's 4.
Yeah.
For you guys who are listening to this,
And that was the age that I coached that 1 year.
Yeah, right.
You assistant coach.
yeah, and these kids, I mean, the coach spent probably 10 minutes trying to explain how a line works.
Right.
So I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on because U4 means under 4, so there are 3year-olds playing in this age group, which is even I think younger.
Just keeping them on the field is the goal.
Oh, this would be
Right.
so.
It was,
It's a
but
damn babysitter
that-
with a
that-
ball.
and their practice only lasted 30 minutes. Thank God, because it would have been rough.
Somebody would have to pay me a stupid amount of money to do what you're doing.
Well,
there's no way I can handle
Well,
it.
the U8's not bad, but so I mean, the kids listen pretty good. They've already gotten used to school, and they're all first or second graders, so they have some form of structure to them. So they listen pretty well.
You're still gonna be playing like games.
Yeah, we do scrimmages at every practice.
Are you doing the red light? I mean, like games like to
Oh,
practice,
yeah,
red
yeah,
light, green light,
yeah.
stuff like that.
Because you're focusing more on the skills. So like I got them all like in a 20 by 20 foot space dribbling balls, and I'm just like freeze, go,
yeah.
pull back,
Yeah.
are doing like little things and
That's
try not to run into each other and stuff like that. I mean, there's not really any passing going on at this stage. They're still kind of doing
only 4 people. So
they're still kind of doing the bunch and run, but it's a huge field. They got to try to spread out. So
Yeah.
I actually tried to explain to them that they need to treat it like basketball. Because if you ever watch basketball, as soon as you pass the ball off to someone else, you're running around to try to get open to get the space so you can have a shot. And that's what the kids need to understand. Instead, one player gets the ball, starts dribbling, and all the people just run to the ball. I mean, it's just gravitating right to the ball every single time.
Yeah, I used to describe little kid soccer as like if you took two different color Skittles and a bunch of two different color Skittles, put them in a bowl and just rolled it around like this.
Yeah, because that's really what it is. and what it is.
I watched it, and then it's funny when they circle up around the ball and they all just start kicking it to each other.
Yeah,
till finally it gets between two of them.
I cracked up because the guy who was the age director and the guy talking about the coaching the little kids, he was like, really what it is he said you'll basically have one kid per team who just dominates. And he said that's usually the kid, especially in like the younger age group, who sits outside the circle, will sit with his arms crossed, watch for the ball to come out. And then all of a sudden the ball comes out and everybody else is kicking like, where did the ball go? And the next thing you know, he's already kicking it in the goal. And he's like, Felissimo.
Yeah, you've seen them videos on like YouTube and Instagram where like that one little soccer team gets that Brazilian immigrant kid.
That's amazing.
On there, and he just wrecking the whole
Yeah.
When I coached that young group, we had a Mexican girl that was way better than everybody else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was exceptionally.
There was a couple of kids that were good, but she was like way better than everybody.
I got two or three like really really good ones, like and even the rest of the team as a whole. I mean, they're all pretty decent. So, I'm curious to see what the talent level is on the other teams. I haven't really got to see that as much.
Have you practiced like throwing your headphones on the ground?
Yeah, Bobby Knight.
Have you
tantrums.
Practically grabbing them and throwing them on the ground, just and giving the what the fuck arms.
No,
palms up. Not completely outstretched arms. You got to have a little bend.
Yeah.
I did watch Kicking and Screaming with my kids to kind of show them what to expect.
Oh, you tell them to go get your juice box?
Yeah, that's right.
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I've definitely seen it.
Had Mike Dickhead in there too.
Yeah.
Well, another complete jumping.
Moving on, as Levi said.
Moving on. We're going to the next thing.
He's tired of this soccer talking bullshit.
Since the last podcast, I've found out what I'm having. I'm having my third child, and it's another girl.
Yeah.
So
3 girls.
3 girls. I got a house full of estrogen going on.
Good thing you got so much testosterone.
Yeah,
that's good.
I got enough for everybody.
You're like me. That's why you can't have another one.
Hardly.
I mean, it's a little. It's like this small, but
it's a teacup Yorkie. Yeah, sure it does.
See, because you're too manly for another boy. Like me, if I had another boy, then I'd just be sitting there waiting for the age when he's old enough for us to fight to the death and see who's man of the house.
Well, as I was sitting there thinking about this, so we found out about the gender of the baby super early because we did a blood test.
That's crazy really bad to me.
There, but anyways,
that's crazy to me.
I've never even heard of this.
So at 9 weeks pregnant, you could take a blood test and they look at for the chromosomes to try to find out, X and Y, boy or girl.
I mean, is this 100%?
It is 99%.
Well, that's close enough.
That they just give that little, but everything gives that. Nobody wants to give 100% on anything.
Well, since transgenders entered the equation, it's hard to tell sometimes.
Well, so I think if it's biological, it's not transgender. Then it's just hermaphrodite.
Well, no, that's hermaphrodite's a completely different thing.
As soon as there's female, as soon as there's a female DNA at all, that they'll read it as being a female. But when the baby does come out, it could technically.
Hermaphrodite means you have like a penis and a vagina.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, or you could have more internal, like psychological, isn't it?
Yeah, like you feel like you're the opposite
DNA's
gender.
Not going to read it, but
right.
But DNA would breed something if you had. It might read a little. Like
I don't know. That's a good question.
The meter might look like a metronome. If you got a hermaphrodite.
I'm not sure what it would read.
I don't think so. Because I think because what they're saying is the sexuality is mental, so you wouldn't read that on any DNA test,
right?
Your mental state.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the only thing that would mess up what he's talking about would be hermaphrodite. But I guess what your point is, it looks for the Y chromosome. If that exists at all, they call it female.
Yeah,
right. And I don't know. Or no idea if hermaphrodites have any kind of.
I'm not sure how that all works, but
I'm going to go ahead and say you don't have a hermaphrodite. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there.
No. But I will tell you that the thing that blows my mind is like
just because that seems like a bad.
Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't even talk about this. I feel like we're jinxing.
No. But I was looking at all this because I didn't know whether or not to trust it or not, and was doing some research on it. And it's crazy, they have all these like 4D ultrasounds where you can see like high definition of the baby's eyebrows and stuff.
Yeah, I never saw any of that.
And I just want to scream bullshit when it comes to checking men's prostates. You mean to tell me with all this technology that the doctors still got to finger my asshole?
Oh, no.
Now,
That's a good point.
I think there's a secret society of doctors who get together Illuminati style who are just like, no, we can't let them have this. We like fingering asshole.
That's right.
I think you shut the fuck up and don't take this away from me.
Well,
They could do it. Yeah. I'm not paying for it. I don't expect them to pay for it.
Oh Lord.
It's fun for me. It's fun for him. We're good. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing here.
Okay.
You don't fuck this up for me, Levi.
When the doctor checked you, did you have both hands on your shoulders or just
did
one?
you get one? Did you have one of these?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. But
Not yet.
You had one.
No,
you got a lot of intestinal stuff.
No,
so.
I mean I've had a what do you call it?
Colonoscopy.
A colonoscopy, but at the same time,
that sounds amazing.
Chad's all about the butt. He wants some butt action, y'all. If y'all listen to this podcast, call Chad.
Now I do have a question though. Is it something like, because when it comes to like breast cancer, like women check for lumps, and when it comes to like testicular cancer, you check for kind of lumps and disformities. If say butt action was kind of like something I'd included in my sex life, could as a side note, could someone like just a pedestrian, could they notice? By pedestrian, I mean my wife.
A pedestrian, yeah. I mean, how many pedestrians have their fingers up your butt?
Could she notice?
Jesus.
Like,
are you asking? Can you do a home
something?
examination?
Can we do a home examination of the prostate?
I feel like you need some
would
training
think that
to
you
know
could.
what you're
I
feeling
would rather
for.
my wife have her finger in my butt.
Well,
than
I mean,
a stranger.
I wonder about how the training process for this goes down. It's not like the doctor's like, "Hey, I'm gonna stick my fingers up there. All right, now you stick your fingers up there. You see that right there?
Actually,
that's what you're looking for. That's a bad prostate.
Actually, just listened to a podcast about this recently.
What?
Yeah, because there's I don't know what you say. There's a problem because what they're doing to train people for this is basically they're using people that are in surgery for some sort of cancer in their butt, right? Or or some problem like that. So anyhow, you got the trained doctor that's about to do surgery on them, and then they get the trainees in there.
Cancer
that's like
sounds so non-medical.
It does. That sounds terrible.
So they line up like a train on this guy to finger his butthole.
Well, the way they're describing not a train, they described it like it's just one. But anyhow, yeah, dude's passed out for surgery, and then they're like, all right, go down and feel right here, and you'll feel the spot. And it's all the trainees. They're like, all right, yeah, feel. So then they know what they're feeling for.
That's why.
So then they're talking about like the ethics of this because they're not getting the patient's
consent.
For
each person.
Well, you sign something beforehand that's like you consent to, for your data and blah blah blah, and you consent to have trainees in the room.
You just sign it.
Well, you don't read it, and they don't specifically say there's going to be many people with fingers in your butt.
Well, that rules out my other theory. So my first theory was what I described to you is like the doctor kind of like, yeah, this is what you're looking for. The other one was I just figured that they lined up and they fingered cadavers' assholes and just said, see that right there, and fingered a dead person's asshole.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I mean, they're dead.
Honestly, we need people to learn this stuff.
I don't think it's that big of a deal either. I mean, you're getting that whole area cut on. I mean, the privacy at this point. Yeah, if they knocked you out to remove wisdom teeth and then had proctologists come in there fingering your butt, I could see why there'd be a problem. But you're in there for this area. Can you imagine? You get wisdom teeth out and you wake up. Yeah, like the side belt. Was I tucked? I think I was tucked. Yeah. What is going on here?
I got hemorrhoids or something going on.
Yeah, my teeth feel bad, but
That's a good point though. I never thought about any of this stuff.
Yeah,
honestly,
you just wonder about how some of these tests and stuff come about. I mean, it just like the first doctors. We should check for this. What's in this? It's always Russian accent. I go with what's with the asshole. We should check.
But they should be more forward about it. I mean, I don't know. You'd probably feel shitty if you found out there was a whole, like Levi said, a train of people fingering your ass. But still, I mean, I'll go with TJ too. Y'all are like the angel and the devil over here on either side of me. But yeah, like somebody's got to, and they got to get trained somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people are they preventing from getting bad cancer because they learned this from?
I'm good with it.
Yeah.
You know what?
I'm good with
it.
If
I'll donate my dead body to science. If they want to finger my butthole after I'm dead,
I'll donate my live body. If I'm out and they want to do it, I'll tell you. Never mind. I'm not saying that. I was going to say if they want to know what a clean one. This one has no cancer.
Currently,
check this out. What if it was? Oh God, that would be awful. If you're donating to be the clean guy, and they're like, "Whoa, wait a minute,
Yeah, we got a little something.
shit.
We got a little something.
Wait, we got a little something here."
They should probably not say "oh shit" when they're sticking their finger up butts, though.
Yeah, well, they're trainees though; they don't know.
Okay, they're new.
Yeah, but yeah, that's probably. Oh, I know.
No,
yeah,
but
I know you felt something. Don't say, "Oh,
if they are
shit."
doing this and they're getting certified on it, how many times do you think there's the reaction and stuff like? No,
Honestly, sticking a finger up a butt feels way worse to me. I mean, way easier to me than like putting in a catheter. I would so much rather like check a prostate than I would run a freaking rod down some dude's penis hole.
I don't know, but there's a time if you're a proctologist, there's a point where some like crazy, nasty homeless dude's going to come in there, and you're going to have to dig through the dingleberries to get in there, and you're just going to really hate your job that day.
Yeah,
it's definitely happening.
That's rough. This is good whiskey.
It is. I do like it.
I'm
pleasantly surprised with that.
I think any transition is a good transition out of this.
Yeah,
this is that.
This
butt talk.
I got one more thing. Unless one of you guys want to jump into something else that you got lined up.
I think I'm out of butt stuff to talk about.
So. I mean, I'm never out of butt stuff, but go ahead.
Well, I was gonna. This is kind of like like we talk about whiskey picks, but I want to say I watched one documentary, and I'm currently watching another documentary, and I was really loved it. The first one, but it's on Netflix. The first one I'm going to mention to you. It's a documentary called The Dawn Wall. Dawn being like break of dawn kind of thing, but anyways,
DAWN.
DAWN.
Okay. I heard you say DON.
But what it is it's a documentary about this guy named Tommy Campbell, who is renowned by National Geographic and many other people internationally as being the world's greatest climber.
Tommy Campbell's the best climber.
Yeah,
I would have thought Alex Honnold.
No, Alex Honnold is the best free climber.
Okay,
so Tommy Campbell, he goes on.
I was about to defend Alex Honnold, man. I was about to get up in this bitch.
Alex Honnold, and he's actually my other one I was going to mention about his documentary. But Alex Honnold and Tommy Campbell are like best friends. They're super good friends with each other. So these guys are super cool with each other. So anyways, Tommy Campbell has from a real early age started climbing. He just always loved climbing. And the documentary is about him climbing the El Capitan mountain face in Yosemite National Park, which is like over 3,000 feet tall. Insane. And it's considered the most difficult rock face to climb. And it's like the mecca of rock climbers everywhere. So
now, does he climb with ropes?
He does.
Okay.
So this is his thing. Now, he does some free climbing stuff too. But anyways, there are like 5 major paths or pitches that go up the El Capitan rock face. And there's one wall or a section of this that has never been climbed because many people consider it to be absolutely impossible because there's no holds on it whatsoever. So he decides he's done every single one that's on El Capitan numerous times, and he researches this wall for years. People say it was impossible. He wanted to be the first person to do it. So him and this guy named Kevin Jorgensen, who is widely considered the best boulderer in the world, decide that they're going to do a tag team and both do it together. So they both climb every pitch of this, but the amount of difficulty and their finger strength and all the stuff that they do is crazy. And it just shows how his journey through it. But on top of this, Tommy Campbell, it talks about his history of how he became a climber. Yeah. And it talks about he goes to Kazakhstan.
And that where boat rats from?
No, not Kazakhstan, but Kyrgyzstan. But Kazakhstan's right next to it. Okay. It is a legit country. I didn't think it was. But anyways, he goes there. And while he's
very nice,
he's doing a extreme sports like documentary. These people are going to film him climbing this mountain over in this mountain range that's over there, doing international travel. And they get him, his girlfriend, and 2 other climbers get kidnapped by the Kyrgyzstan army and stuff like that. They start firing live rounds over top of their head from the bottom of the mountain, shooting up at them on the wall. They all come down and they take them hostage for 7 days.
Damn.
Wait, did they know beforehand this is not like a good place for them to be?
Oh, well, no, they were given permission from the Israeli army and stuff. And they were with other military soldiers being escorted up there. But
This is
anyways,
still not worth it. To
no.
me.
But
you got to deal with all that,
it's
and then you
still-
still got to climb.
It's still too shady.
well, they didn't know all
Yeah,
that
at
was
least you
going
can
on.
take me up the mountain.
You had
Let me climb it.
But apparently, the two countries
That's
were
bullshit.
the two countries are at war, and but it was kind of like dying down. They didn't really think it was they were in jeopardy because it's so remote where they were going in this mountain range. But sure enough, they get kidnapped and they're hostages for 7 days. And the guys who took them hostage got lost in this mountain range. And so they start peeling off trying to find their way back. And then they end up being with one, I don't know what you would call them, infidel or something like that, or one person who's holding them hostage.
Captor.
And there's one captor, and he's leading them astray. And then they have to come to the decision. This Tommy Campbell guy pushes the terrorist off the mountain to save their life. They run back to the border. They kind of know where they're at, and they climb to safety and get to some sort of military base. They get these fatigues, and they ship them back to America. Everything's fine. But, it just messed with them a bunch because they went through this huge trauma thing. So him and his girlfriend, who were both kidnapped in this, that post all that happening, she kind of views him as a hero. They get married, get settled down, and they start building the cabin out by this El Capitan. He chops his index finger off on a freaking table saw.
It's bad for a climber.
For a climber.
Oh, he chops it off just to wait. Why did he do that? Just to fuck with it?
He was building.
He accidentally.
Accidentally, he was building his own.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm jumping plot points. I'm probably ruining this documentary for you guys. But anyways,
I like this. I don't have to watch it.
Yeah, I don't have to watch it at all.
But anyways, he's building this nice.
Keep playing Devil May Cry.
He's building this nice cabin for him and his girlfriend, and he chops his index finger off on his dominant hand. So, which for a climber is like.
For anybody.
I mean, anybody
suck, man.
But he chopped it off
at
the knuckle. So he's got this little nub, like
maybe
right
maybe the
main
nub
knuckle.
will get right where you need it.
But anyways, he has to
read
YouTubers. He has to reach. He has to retrain himself. So he ends up climbing up this thing and maintains his status as being one of the best climbers, minus his index finger on his dominant hand, and climbs the hardest wall. And it's considered one of the greatest feats ever in climbing the world with missing his finger. Damn. But anyways, I'm watching now the Alex Honnold one, and
Alex Honnold's
he's a
fucking motherfucker. Dude.
He is. He's crazy.
He's crazy
with
no ropes.
No ropes at all.
Fuck that.
So, anyways, the whole documentary talks about.
I ain't doing that. I'm not doing anything that doesn't have a plan B.
Well, anyways, you probably want to watch
plan
this.
B is afterlife.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, for him. That's every other climber's like plan B is I swing off these ropes.
Yeah.
Well, he
practices with ropes though.
Yeah, right.
And until he thinks he has it down where he can't make a mistake.
Yeah. So that's what he does. So Tommy Campbell or Caldwell, I said Campbell. Tommy Caldwell takes
Tommy Campbell sounds like somebody.
Yeah, Campbell soup kind of thing. It doesn't sound good.
It sounds like a person.
No, but anyways, Tommy Caldwell takes him up onto this mountain range, and they kind of scope out where he's going to free climb the whole thing. So he's kind of, because he's had so much experience, he kind of shows him. And Alex Honnold talks about how Tommy's kind of like his idol, like his hero growing up and stuff like that. There's not a significant age group, but there's like a 10-year age gap.
Right.
Age gap, and that crap. But anyways, I'm watching that one. It's called Free Solo, and it actually won the Academy Award for the best documentary of 2018.
What, really?
It's on Hulu.
Well, now I feel like it did get ruined for me now. Then,
well, I know. I didn't tell you that one because I haven't watched it all.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the other one, the Dawn Wall, is on Netflix, and then Free Solo, which is Alex Honnold's journey with no ropes climbing the rock face, is on Hulu.
That's cool.
So that's my recommendation to you guys watch. I was super inspired by it.
The best documentary. It's hard for me to get. I mean, I like documentaries, but a documentary about climbing is going to be really hard for me to commit myself to.
So y'all play video games. That's the kind of shit I usually watch.
I got so into it because like he was showing how much he trains his body and all the other stuff he does to get prepared for it, and I was just like, damn, like makes me feel shitty about myself. Like I need to get up and do more.
But I guess I don't know how many documentaries I've watched that wasn't about like some kind of crime, like some kind of drug cartel or some kind of murder or some kind of something like that.
To watch them about, like, I've watched multiples about people that do those distance running, long distance running and stuff like that.
Yeah, I watched that one that the one that happens over at the Frozen Head State Park. I watched it like at least twice.
I haven't seen that.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I remember watching. You remember the that show that used to come on History Channel, that Stan Lee's Heroes or something like that.
That.
And there was that one dude on there that could run for like poor Stan Lee. But anyhow, there was that one guy on there that could run for like fucking ever, and they started figuring out like whatever.
Oh, yeah, I do know what show you're talking about. Because he's talking about like superhumans. I think
yeah, that's what it was.
Called.
Superhumans, and so it's people that are like superheroes in real life. But there was that one guy who like he didn't experience like muscle fatigue.
Yeah, which was weird.
Like
his body didn't release the lactic acid
whatever. So like he never
it.
felt like his muscles were tired or anything like that. So he could run like for fucking ever, man. Because he never because the people were doing the documentary and they were just following him in a car.
Yeah,
because he was running like a fucking 100 miles or something.
I remember that episode, and I remember the episode about a guy who could regulate his body temperature to certain parts of his body. So he ended up walking barefoot in Antarctica in the snow. Like I think it was like two or three football field lengths.
That's probably Wim Hof.
Somebody. I'm wondering if it was the same guy. I do remember that one.
That was crazy.
He climbed to the North Pole in shorts.
Yeah,
if it's the same guy, I don't know if it's the same guy.
It probably is.
How many people in the world can there be like that?
But I mean, no frostbite, no nothing on his feet and stuff like that. It's insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. There was a lot of different ones. People that had like weird things. There was mostly like they were missing like something. Something kind of like that guy was missing the things that made his muscles sore.
It makes sense though. You know, if evolution is true in any way, shape, or form, they say that genetic defects happen, and if it's advantageous enough to where that's the one that survives.
But that's why I'm calling bullshit on a lot of that though, because if that's true, then that guy you just mentioned, the Antarctica guy, all his kids should also be able to, or not all of them, but at least one of them.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
Should be able to also do the same thing. Well, but I bet they can't.
With Wim Hof, he just claims that he can access, you know, he understands something. He doesn't think it's a genetic thing. He thinks everybody has access to that if they just knew how to like breathe properly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still not sold on a lot of like that level of evolution. Like obviously there's some evolution because you can watch like dog breeds.
Right.
Like there's some level of that, but I just think it's silly. Like I really got thinking about it when I was listening to the Rogan podcast with Alex Jones on it, which was one of the best things I've ever listened to. But they were talking about.
I thought I wouldn't be able to make it through all 4.5 hours, but I did.
Oh, I think I could listen to it twice. I wanted to watch it again on YouTube just to see the thing. It was great. That's one of the best podcasts I've ever listened to.
It was nuts, that's for sure.
But anyhow, they were talking about and they've talked about it a lot, the bug that gets in, or the parasite that gets into the bugs that makes them like want to go up high so the birds can eat them.
That's crazy.
And they were talking about that, and they were like, and Rogan was talking about the evolution of it. He's like, well, don't you think like a bunch of bugs in there, and then finally one bug was like able to manipulate this brain? And I'm like, that's fucking, that's just ridiculous, because that's like saying out of all the dogs that's ridden in cars, all of a sudden one dog could just drive the car. Like that's never going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a mutation to like that level where like they can just,
or he's super intelligent.
Yeah. We're like, I was just living off the thing, but now I can control the entire brain and make them climb up on a leaf.
It's like, not going to go from 0 to 100.
Like quick. That's just silly to me. I don't, and I don't.
My first thing for species is like dogs would grow thumbs, and then we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. And I don't, the thing is like, there's got to be a in between there, right? Like, maybe somebody that's way smarter than me can explain this to me, but I don't get how you can say there was this huge of a leap in something.
Yeah, it does seem.
And then if that can happen, then like this guy you're saying, like at least one of his kids should be able to stand on the North Pole in shorts.
Right.
But I bet they don't. If he even has any, or if he does, I bet they can't.
Right.
So
it's a good point. I don't have anything really to add to it, but I totally get that.
That's usually the stuff I don't put on the podcast because I think of it. I spend so much time thinking about it, and then I throw it out here to y'all, and y'all are like, "Well, just overwhelm me with a lot of information right there."
No, I mean, I totally
get back with me tomorrow, and I'll be able to. Let me sober up and think about this, and I can tell you.
But I agree that it does seem odd that you would jump from 0 to 100 without having a 50, without having a guy that can like, maybe he's just a little more tolerable of the cold.
Well, probably what it is.
He's not North Pole, but he's like going to Montana or something.
Well, that would make more sense, right? That you got people that are, for lack of a better term, Eskimos, and they evolve to where they just don't need that much clothes
they say
anymore.
Most humankind came from Africa, and as we went to other places, the ones that didn't have the dark skin actually were able to survive better because of however the dark skin reacts better in the sun than it does to the cold.
But see, I think the skin is just the same way of like you have different breeds of dogs. I mean, you just lived up north long enough, you lost your dark pigment. I just think that's what happened.
You develop like a coat of fur that withstands, all the cold weather and stuff
like the animal.
I mean, you adapt to
but
it.
I'm talking about people. I mean, I just think they lived, and especially like most of us came from somewhere in Europe. Well, like it's cloudy and stuff in England a lot. I mean, they don't get that much sun, so it makes sense that you would turn a lot paler than people from Africa.
Notice how like all like Eskimos and like Neanderthals and all that, they were thought of as
you're a Neanderthal man. You're a T. You're not a thaw man. You're a tall man.
I started going that way, man. I started changing.
You went that way.
I went that way.
Okay.
Hey.
I was listening to I've been listening to a lot of podcasts this week where they were talking about Neanderthals. I'm a thaw man.
You're a thaw man?
No, wait, because you're a Neanderthal.
Neanderthal.
Oh shit! I done messed you up.
I called it a thrall now. That's a completely different thing.
Thrall.
I knew there's a third category.
No, but the woman that was the scientist behind it, she said she felt like she was sounding kind of douchey when she said tall. So so she said thrall.
I don't know. I like it.
But
I feel like I'm smarter than most people when I say it.
You mean Neanderthal?
Yeah, I correct people. Tell them
it was a hidden brain, or not hidden brain. What's the other one where they have a different topic every podcast where they do stuff? Not
This
Hidden
American
Brain.
Life.
Nope, not that one.
I don't know.
Shit,
we're a lot of them. NPR podcast though.
No, not NPR. The other one. Shit. I mean, I can look at, but I feel like we're in like shitty dead air here. But,
no, it's okay. What I was gonna say is you
Radio
notice,
Lab.
Radio
That's
Lab.
one.
That's
It was a Radio Lab
podcast.
one they were talking about.
No, you notice that the shorter, little squattier people are like in those cold areas.
Yeah.
Like there's just people that are like more suited for certain things, like a little more hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you don't but I mean, most Eskimos look like Indians.
Yeah.
Native American Indians.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, but I guess they didn't live up there that long. I mean, I guess it would be reasonable to say that they lived here and they
have that look
migrate up north,
like Mongolian and Asian and everything like that.
Oh, so you're thinking like maybe they come over
across,
across the land bridge,
possibly, yeah.
So, anyways,
it
is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I don't know.
What else you got, Levi?
That's all I got.
Well, let me tell you something. I did a little something different with the Tales of the Guano this week.
Is it still called Tales of the Guano? Or
sure.
Is this a whole different thing
here? Tales of the Guano, but like I never know which ones to do.
You don't know which ones to do. I feel like this is not something you should.
Yeah.
I got them written down.
What the fuck are we got here?
Written down, and we can pull a topic.
So you got to hold on. Let's just describe what's happening here.
So what's happening here?
We got a $2 thermos.
This is just something I found
in Panama City.
Well, no, but I'm describing the scene here, and Levi's chomping at the bit to get in this
hang
thing.
On a second.
Hold on, Levi.
I want my fortune.
Inside of this, I've got pieces of paper with different Tales of the Guano potential topics written on it.
Yeah.
Some of them are great, some of them are not less great.
This is like those things that used to get at like Opryland or Six Flags that you would pay like $12 for a lemonade.
But you get free refills.
It would come in. It's somewhat insulated.
Yeah.
But it's and it's in white and hot pink.
And Levi, topic. Now hang on before you read
Levi's
it.
about to die. Hold on,
hang
Levi.
on before you read it.
We're setting this whole
so
stage. I've never seen Levi so excited for anything.
No. So you might have to look something up, Levi, on some of these. So read it to me, and I might try to talk through it a little bit. Read what you see.
All right.
I don't have great handwriting, so
how many is hold on? How many is in there before he reads this? I didn't even look in this thing. All right, so we got what? Maybe a dozen?
Yes,
a dozen things in there.
Yeah.
Okay. They do look like fortune.
All right, so squizzes.
Oh, you got the hardest one to read of all of them.
Squizzes twins.
Okay,
Squizzes twins.
This is
bam.
This is of extreme interest to you, Levi, because you're a twin.
2 sperms, 1 egg.
If folks don't know this, yeah. So
an identical twin.
Now start looking this up.
I've heard about this, and I heard about this. I'm just gonna tell you my story real quick.
Well, then you're good. Then you don't have to look it up if you know about it.
Well, I only know because this guy on this TV show called Superstore was talking about. He said, "You got that bitch double pregnant." He said, he said she's already pregnant, and I put it in there again.
Yeah. Start this from the beginning because I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's twins where it's the woman releases 2 eggs, and both eggs are fertilized.
That's
by
paternal twins.
Separate sperms.
We have way simpler names for this than whatever you wrote down there.
No, this is something different. So you have that.
That's fraternal twins.
Okay. And then you have where the egg splits. One sperm fertilizes the egg, and then the egg splits.
That's identical twins.
This is a third category, and it's two sperms make it into one egg, and then it splits.
Oh,
And they've had the second confirmed case in history just recently
ever. So only two ever of this
that scientists can confirm.
Weird.
All right. Well, tell us, like, is there more to this? I mean, can we know about the?
Well, I don't know if Levi can look it
I mean,
up.
does something fucked up happen to them?
There's several articles in this, but the Wikipedia thing kind of just basically said what you said, but and it says it's sesquizygotic twins, like different zygotes.
Yeah.
And then it gets real in depth on it. I don't know, like how.
So they can look at a DNA level though and tell that it shares the exact same DNA that they get from the mother,
right?
But different DNAs from the father, because each sperm kind of carries with it different patterns, you know.
Yeah.
So just
it's like a different snowflake.
Any normal
basically
DNA test
on the egg
will show this. I guess because they.
Yeah, I don't know how
so,
they.
So technically, me and Steven do. Well, I don't know.
If
you did do a blood test though on this form of twin at a murder crime scene, there would be a slight difference,
right?
Then. Versus like me and my brother are true identical twins. We have the exact same DNA.
Right.
But you don't. What's odd about that is you don't have the same fingerprints, because fingerprints are environmentally.
That's true.
But the difference,
and
the
Chad's
difference
sisters are identical.
They've never really been tested. So,
but we think they're identical because they look so much alike.
They look a lot. Well, people say they look different, but they style their hair different, and they.
But as kids, they looked
a lot.
Well, I mean, a lot of people
don't
think. I mean, but do you think me and Steven look like identical twins?
Well, you do your hair different.
I mean,
but early on, did you think we were identical?
Yeah,
twins?
For sure.
I think the main difference, I guess, when
I think y'all look more alike than my
I wore
sisters.
glasses, and he didn't. He doesn't wear glasses. Never
I
have.
you came out of your mama's vagina with glasses on, which was weird.
No, I didn't start wearing glasses until post high school. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But I think Levi and his brother look more alike than my two sisters do, though. Or do you not think that?
I agree with you.
It's hard for me to say because I've grown up with them.
I think I'll just say middle school, when I started hanging out with you, I couldn't tell your sisters apart. I would have to say their name at a distance, one of the names, see which one looked up, remember what they were wearing.
Did you do the Michael Scott approach and drew a Sharpie on the hand to see which one it was that you were talking to last?
I forgot about that. That was so fucking funny.
I don't even know that.
It was that episode of The Office, and he talked to her. He was like, "Oh yeah, so what?" And he got her name, and then when she wasn't looking, he went with a Sharpie.
Yeah,
that's hilarious
because he couldn't tell them apart.
So he would know which one was which.
That's a good call.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So, anyways, interesting thing. I didn't even know that was possible.
Me neither.
But I do have a question.
I mean, I didn't know that was
it's like reverse fraternal twins. They're fraternal, but like in the opposite way. Instead of two eggs, it's two sperms.
Right. Well, but that's two. A fraternal is two sperm and two egg.
Well, okay. Right. Well, yeah.
Okay. So this is totally different.
Well, theoretically, though, with this that he's talking about, I mean, if this was a prostitute who got pregnant or whatever, and it was a different person within the same day, it could technically be two different dads, and they'd be twins because they share the same mom DNA.
Well, I've heard that's possible with fraternal twins.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
If you're in like a gangbang situation,
that's what I was going to ask about dogs. Doesn't like a litter of dogs? Won't the mom have like pups from different dads?
Oh, it depends. I mean, if it's a stray, I would think so.
Yeah, but like she's just out there in heat, so everything in town's coming and blasting in there.
What? But don't they have
multiple eggs?
But don't they have like an instinct to like when they get pregnant though? Don't they stop trying to?
I don't know.
I don't know the details of this, but I always thought like you could have dogs, like some of them were from this dad and some of them were from that dad. But I don't know. I don't know the science behind this.
I don't know. Maybe they can.
That would explain a runt in the litter.
Well, the runt's just always the last one out.
Malnutrition.
Yeah, they're the least.
But there's sometimes there is like one that's like runt like. Maybe not be the last one, but it's just smaller than all the others.
But there's always a runt. Every litter has a runt.
He got that.
Just sometimes they look
Chihuahua sperm.
Sometimes they're way more sickly looking than the others.
Right.
All of them got Great Dane sperm, except for old Runty there. He got Chihuahua sperm.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
all right.
You want to pull another one out?
No, go ahead, Levi. I can't take this from you.
Nope. I'm holding it now. It's your turn to butcher a word. That
was the hardest word to read.
I know that was really fucking hard to say.
Oh, I got
squid. Look at that. Look at that. Not a fucking word. I mean, it's bad enough it's in his handwriting, but I mean,
shut up.
But I mean, that is a tough word.
Sisquiz. I don't want it.
Says Squizzy. Says Squizzy.
I don't care.
I don't care. I'm already intrigued by this one. Toxic moonshine kills 133 people in India.
Look this up.
Toxic moonshine.
So
It's not like this recent story we had around here where they were making moonshine out of gasoline and fucking killing.
I don't know why it killed so
schoolers.
many people, but apparently moonshine's pretty popular in India, which I always think of just moonshine as being just like,
Hillbillies. Yeah.
Yeah,
hillbillies.
southern thing around
I
here.
don't think of it as being like in Asian countries they're making moonshine really, but apparently there was a store that dropped.
Yeah.
Well, what makes moonshine moonshine? Just
Well,
the
it's
fact that it's made out of
It's
corn
just
and
made
you
at
don't,
home. No, it's just made at home, and not,
you don't age it or anything. You just basically make it and
All right.
well, you're not
jar it
you're not making it by any necessarily standards. I don't
All right.
think.
So Fox News, toxic moonshine kills 133 people and leaves hundreds hospitalized in India. At least 133 people have died and 200 others. It says police arrested 10 people and are questioning other suspected of being involved in the supply of liquor in the area, said Mukesh Agarwal. Illicit booze is cheaper, but it can kill. That's just kind of like.
So it's crazy
Wait,
that
they're
many
just
people
doing
are
it-
getting moonshine.
they're
out
just
there.
doing it. You're getting robocall too.
That's
No.
from
School or something,
That's
isn't it?
from my kid's school is just declined.
Decline
that.
that.
Call. They'll leave a voicemail with anything pertinent.
Figure that out later.
Anything pertinent will be a voicemail. But I just thought that was interesting that many people are consuming moonshine in India. Like one batch of moonshine comes out and hundreds of people are
So,
taking
wait.
this.
Well, I got a question. So what is like the primary component of moonshine? Isn't it
Corn.
like corn?
Yeah.
So, but do they have corn in India?
I'm sure they got corn everywhere.
I don't know. I thought,
Yeah, I feel like corn's
I feel
more
like
a
corn's
thing
more
over here.
American.
Corn's a
Yes.
staple everywhere. I think.
No, I don't think so.
See if
Yeah.
they see.
Now, I
don't know what you look up.
Do they grow it in India? Is what you're asking. I don't know that, but they consume it everywhere.
Yeah, but I think the reason why we associate moonshine is because like corn
Yeah.
is like way
You
more
can
American. Because I feel like when the Pilgrims came over, Indians kind of introduced.
Now I'm curious: is
European men,
moonshine made specifically with a certain recipe, or is moonshine just mean it's alcohol made, without
Well, it's certainly
meeting
hard liquor,
criteria?
and it's
Oh, there you go. Here's a corn growing regional map.
It's the corn belt. We live in
So
the corn belt.
India's right there. So it is grown in India.
but there's a bunch of
some,
corn in
but
China
it's-
up there. It
it's
looks like
extremely dense over on the east
It's,
coast
it's
of China
baby
towards
corn, though.
Japan. Yeah,
For
baby
stir
corn
fry.
for stir fry, and then middle America.
Can I
It's
ask you this
definitely the
question
heaviest.
though? What,
Nebraska.
when we
There's a lot of corn in Europe,
Cornhuskers, When
Yeah,
we,
which is surprising.
when we came to
Yeah.
the United States and they
They
called
probably
it,
brought it back once they came over here and took
they
back
called it
over.
maize. The American Indians did.
Yeah,
didn't they?
MAIZE.
Is that a different thing or is that just
It's
a different
also-
name?
I don't know. I definitely have heard that because I've seen it as like honestly, I've seen it as like a color of a t-shirt, and I remember like having a crown that was colored maize.
That's funny.
But yeah, I can look that up too. That'd be an interesting thing.
Look it up, son.
I have no idea. What else you got in your
And a
jar?
cup of-
You want to go for another one? You want
No.
to talk more about corn? You want to go deep? Are you a corn on the cob with like the stick,
oh yeah.
the things poked in it, or are you a corn on the cob just like with your hands?
I mean, I ain't gonna pull them out, but I don't need it to enjoy corn on the cob.
Fair enough.
I mean, if they're there, I'll use it.
what I didn't realize until
It is kind of
recently,
nice. It is kind of nice to
to
have
not have to get your hands on
to
it.
have some. Well, you just got a good grip there.
It's just another word for corn.
Okay, fair enough. Maize is another word for corn. What I didn't realize is that corn, like popcorn, I guess I always just thought it was like
It could be
I
any.
always thought it was just something you done to corn to make it popcorn, but it's like a totally different
Right.
plant.
Yeah. You gotta have. I don't know what it's called. If it's called a popcorn, like an ear of popcorn,
Yeah, that's what it is.
but it's only a certain type of corn you can do that with.
I had no
right,
clue.
right.
Yeah.
But you know the kernels that are left after you pop a bag of popcorn?
Yeah.
I thought those were just duds.
Yeah.
I put some in a Tupperware and put them in a microwave not long ago, like last week. And those motherfuckers will still pop.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit more.
I've been
too.
wasting popcorn this whole time.
I mean, they
I
go
could've-
everywhere.
Well, but the
Everything.
thing is, though, is you run the risk of burning all the other ones to get those
Yeah,
to finally
to
pop.
Yeah, I know that's why you don't do it. But I could have saved
you
them.
could have
put 'em
collected
back
them,
in.
put them in something.
So whenever I ate a bag of popcorn, I'm like, man, I wish I had a little more.
Save them for
I
later.
could have rolled that bag back up and
Dude,
thrown it in there.
I'm gonna tell you, that's one of my vices, man. I'll eat a bag of popcorn and then pop another damn bag of popcorn and eat it in
Yeah.
the same
All right.
night.
Popcorn
well,
is pretty
when
great.
you eating that much popcorn, I gotta know what's your poison.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
what's
a
the
pop
preferred?
secret home style. I like it just a light butter and a light salt. I like a real light kind of easy. I don't like any movie theater butter, Remarkably. Fuck all that. I want Pop Secret.
All right,
I
I'm
like
gonna shift my weight over here to you, Levi, because I feel like I gotta talk. Well,
Are you a kettle corn guy or some shit like that?
No, I will.
I do like that. But
I like my popcorn with all the butter.
yes,
all the butter.
I want to feel my arteries clogging something awful.
All right, we're on the same page.
Because
then.
for me,
All right.
like the Orville Redenbacher extra butter or Cousin Willie's butter till you drop buttery explosion
Butter till you
popcorn
drop.
is fucking great.
Yeah, I want to reach in the bag, grab some popcorn, and have to shake that off before I can safely take it into my mouth.
Yeah, no, I'm like Ron Swanson when I go to a movie theater and he starts pumping that butter on it. I was like, "Why are you stopping for? Keep going, keep going. I need more of that."
That's hilarious. Did you guys ever do the pour over butter at home where you pour it over?
Yeah.
You like that?
That's a little. I don't know about it. It's something was off about it. I don't know what it was. I don't know what was wrong with it. Because you think you're expecting like this movie theater experience, but it's not really. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a different kind of butter or what's happening there, but I haven't had it in a long, long time.
All right, fair enough.
So I don't know. Maybe
Man.
I need to give that another shot.
I'm trying to think, like, as far as butter intake, I'm just sitting there thinking about like.
I love butter. I'm not a butter
Yeah.
hater. Do not ever categorize me as a butter hater. I put butter on fucking everything, son. But I just think there's a
You like your popcorn like you like your pizza, just a little bit of toppings on it, nothing that much. Mostly
crazy. I want to
mostly-
chill. I'll tell you this.
I want my pizza the same way.
Listen.
You put everything that's back there, I want on it.
everything.
I want enough stuff left in the box after I eat my pizza to fully topping another pizza.
God
Yeah.
dang, son.
Chad gets that. Was it garlic butter that comes with it or whatever?
No, I don't do that.
What is that?
Yeah, but I don't put that on my pizza.
What's the
If
kitchen
I
sink,
let
so they call it?
my kids do it, they'll pour a whole damn thing of that on a slice if
Oh,
they
you
want
talking
to.
about that Papa John's, son?
Yeah, that Papa John's
Which,
garlic butter.
to be
I
honest
really
with
don't do that.
I've kind of gotten burnt out on Papa John's a little bit here lately. I think it's just I've been going to them for so long now that I'm just
gotta
like I
change
need
it
to
up.
change it up.
I'm
yeah.
a thin crust man
Me
myself
too.
most of the time.
I'm with you.
Because I
But
want to taste the
but
toppings less.
My wife and kids don't like it. They want the hand sauce, and I'm a thin crust person. I like a good,
you like it
crisp.
crispy?
I like a little bit crisp, but I like a tear.
So
I
that's
like a little
considered
pull.
that's considered St. Louis style pizza.
really.
I didn't know that till I was in St. Louis and I looked it up. But
Man,
I got nothing on that. I like both. I'll take
well, I
either
like
one.
all pizza too. But
I feel like
No,
every-
you don't.
I
You
feel
like pepperoni, regular pizza, and
I
that's
feel
all
like
you'll eat.
I feel like
no, that's not true. That's just my preference.
I feel like every city is trying to lay claim to something
Yeah.
nowadays
Well, you
because
got to.
I've heard of the St. Louis thing. I've heard of Detroit style pizza, which is
I don't know
totally
that.
news to me. It was on a Good Mythical Morning episode. And then Nashville Hot Chicken. Atlanta's got is trying to lay claim to being the original for chicken and waffles and all these. I mean, everybody's
probably
like,
true.
we're the city for this, we're the city
Yeah.
for that. And I'm just like, man, just
Tourist cities.
yeah, just
Well, let me say this. I was in Chicago this week, and I had never had Chicago true Chicago style pizza, and I went to a place one night and ordered it, and pretty damn delicious. They had the
Eat it
cheese
with a
though.
fork.
The cheese was the bottom layer, so it was like, well, bread, then cheese, then your toppings, like sausage and sauce
Interesting.
all on top, and it's real thick. And you eat with a
Wait,
fork.
so you had cheese and then tomato sauce?
Yeah.
And then cheese on top of that?
No, there's no cheese on top.
yeah, it looks very much like tomato-y on top.
It looks like
So
tomato
you
on
look
top,
like you got a shitty pizza
but it's delicious
from the
top.
outside.
Yeah,
It's like an inside-out pizza.
I don't know if every
I didn't
Chicago
know-
style is like that, but that's the way this one was. And this
I've
is
heard-
like the place, like Lou. It's some place that's like the place you get. It's downtown Chicago. It's the place you get Chicago style pizza from.
Isn't that's the two that argue, right? Whether New York or Chicago style is better?
yeah, New York is that
Floppy.
thinner,
It's flop.
floppy, big piece, and that's the
But-
style
and
I
you-
like. I
and you've-
prefer.
and you've-
I already
typically.
think I'm gonna like that style better.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
like-
I prefer. But this was damn
but I've
good.
never
You
had
would
the
like
Chicago
this.
style.
You would like this.
Does it got toppings falling all off of it?
I mean,
want
you
that.
can do it that way, but I just went basic because I wanted to just kind of get the experience. I went with sausage,
Yeah.
and just a sausage
See,
basic pizza.
I don't think I would. I'm not a big fan of either one of those. I like it more like an Italian style pizza where they throw it into like bricks where they throw it
Fucking
into the oven. and it-
Traditionalist.
well,
over here,
the thing I
son.
like about it, there's something about when they cook it in a like flash hot, brick oven where it cooks it so fast that you get the hard, crispy crust on the bottom, and then it's still real doughy, and you got like a nice chew to it. Like so, it's like a crunch and then a chew to it, and it's just.
I'm getting hungry as hell, boys.
It, man, it's
that sounds
so
good.
Pull up that
good.
laptop and order some pizza. Get that thing coming over here.
I could do that.
I'm getting ready for this thing. The thing, I don't get that excited for any of like Papa John's or Pizza Hut or Domino's, or because all of them, they're like fast food pizzas to me.
It's still good though.
It's good. I mean, I'm not gonna turn it down. It's fine. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get one coming this way tonight. But
I'm not gonna lie to you. That barbecue pizza we had at the White House Pizza Pub.
Yeah, that was real good.
I've ordered it since then, and I like the spicy now. I've acquired that taste.
It's not as spicy as it was when we had it.
No, it was way fucking hot.
They fucking tore ours up because I had it. I brought it home as leftovers.
Yeah,
and I had it again. It was still that fucking hot.
It was good the next day. It
really
was.
But I really like. I'm wanting if I'm getting a pizza. It's hard for me to get excited unless it's
Damn,
like
y'all hanging out at pizza joints without me, bros.
This was a long time ago now.
There was something he was doing.
I mean,
where he couldn't be with us.
I couldn't be there. Damn,
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, me neither.
He was probably like with his wife before they were wife or something. Probably
I think that's what it was.
He was PW.
Yeah, no, you went out of town for something.
He was like,
you were going somewhere.
My girlfriend wouldn't let me hang out because we haven't.
Said?
Yeah, that was probably
PW,
what it was.
Is that
about.
what that means?
Yeah.
It took me a minute.
I haven't said that since high school. I don't think so.
That
was a long time ago. But no, anyhow, like honestly, for me to get excited about pizza, it's got to be like Jets or like Sir Pizza or.
You get jazzed about Jets?
Yeah, Jets Pizza. Oh,
dude,
man, Jets Pizza is the
it's
shit,
a grease bomb, man. I don't like it. It's like the way you describe a New York style pizza is thick. But it's floppy and it's just greasy
and it's got toppings everywhere, son. Yeah. Everywhere.
I mean, it's not bad.
Nachos on a piece of pizza dough.
Well, most nachos honestly don't have enough shit on it for me either. So,
yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
With you on that. Yeah. But no, it's
one of my favorites around here was Papa Murphy's, and we don't get that anymore.
Yeah,
I don't mind a bit cooking my own pizza in the oven because it had fresh ingredients.
I like
my fresh ingredients
for
and
me,
my fresh vegetables.
The best pizza I've had lately for me is Bricks, just because they have that Italian style brick oven. They throw it in there, and it's just the
my
pizza
wife likes it a lot. I've got straight burnt out on Bricks, man, because you can't look in there and get just get a pizza. It's always like some kind of salami chickens. Like just give me a pizza, man. Like
just order that.
Have you tried the fancy ones? Like I get a different one every single time, and I love it
so much. I've tried. Like I don't know. It's not like what you expect to get when you get pizza. Have you eat there, TJ? They don't have pepperoni, so you
don't lie, Chad. You know what, Chad. You know what. I know Chad, but you know what? I
hate you.
I don't know if I trust Chad. Chad's he's a chicken tender man, I bet. But you go there and you go to any restaurant and you say, give me your chicken tender.
No,
I do that old Charlie's.
I've never done that.
I do that old Charlie's. Fuck yeah, they're
the only time I've ever ordered chicken tenders at a restaurant was at Cheddar's, and they still fucked that up. So I hate that restaurant.
I like
because they fucked up everything they ever brought me, and I was like chicken tenders. No one can fuck up chicken tenders, and they fucked that
buffalo
up
chicken
too.
wrapper. Yeah, if you go to Cheddar's, there's only two things you should order: the buffalo chicken tender wrap, or the Monte Cristo.
I don't care.
Those are the only two things I
order.
I'm sorry, but this podcast is never going to be sponsored by Cheddar's because I'm fucking that up right now. No, they better serve me a good.
That's a good question. It don't even have to be on
his veto tonight.
If you guys could have one sponsor from a restaurant on the show, what would it be?
I don't care.
If it's a spot, it could be fucking McDonald's. I don't give if they're giving us money. It could be anybody.
This podcast is brought to you by McDonald's.
It'd be absolutely Cheddar's.
Roadhouse would be my favorite if I get free meals there.
Yeah, I mean, are we talking about a chain or what are we talking about?
Yeah, anything you want.
I don't know.
Well, if they gave you free swag and you could go, they give you all kinds of endorsements, give you shirts, gift cards, free food for life. Which restaurant do you want to endorse this podcast?
I'll just anything. I really don't. I don't know.
I ate Texas Roadhouse.
How awesome would it be if Waffle House was? This podcast is brought to you by Waffle House.
Yeah. I could eat Waffle House.
If it was Waffle House, the only thing I would want from them is a table when I go there. That's the only problem with Waffle House now is I have to wait forever to get in there. I love Waffle House. It's just they need to like double the size of like all of them around here.
Well, I only really go mostly by myself because you can't really go with a family my size. We have a family of 6. You can't go to Waffle House. They don't have a table big enough for that.
All their booths are 4 4-seaters for sure.
Yeah. I was there one time in I don't know if it's a family, but it was a large group and they just took over the whole bar. But I mean, how lucky are you going to be to find that?
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, your kids are starting to get old enough now where y'all could just take 2 booths.
Sure, that'd be fine.
And
Double up, yeah.
But
still, it's not the same experience.
I like to sit at the bar and watch how shit's done, man. I had this dream, like I'd love to own my own like diner.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
But I'd like to, before I own the diner, I'd like to take a year and travel around the country, going to different diners and then handpick the best workers and recruit them to my diner. And then it's the fucking greatest diner that ever lived because it's got the best waitresses, the best cooks, the best everything.
I have an answer now, Levi. TJ's Diner. That's who I want to sponsor.
TJ's Diner.
I want to eat there. That sounds great.
Yeah, this diner's amazing, son. So there you go.
Does stuff like that even exist anymore? I mean, I guess maybe you feel like you're in a big city.
Old school diners?
Like in Nashville. No, just like a place, like an independent place like that. That like really fucking
they do
cares about-
non-chain independent restaurants.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like that White Squirrel Brewery up in Bowling Green. That's not a chain. That's like its own.
No, but I mean, as far as diners, they still exist too. In diners, you'll just random cities.
Now there is chain diners that they have too. Like you go out west, there's like
Denny's,
a Black Bear,
and
I mean, there's a lot of different
Evans,
ones. Yeah.
As far as chains,
what is it about those little like diners like that? Those little small kind of independent places that they have the best hamburgers ever in the world.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
They always do.
Yeah,
and I don't know why like a big chain can't. Well, I guess because probably like their meat is probably like really good.
That's
really
what it
expensive.
is. Like 9 times out of 10, when you see those diners, like just watching like Food Network or Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives or one of them kind of shows, a lot of those places will literally go get their beef chuck for their burgers, like from a butcher in town, or they process it themselves. Like I've seen one where they'll order like half slabs, grind up the meat themselves, and make their own burgers.
Yeah,
because there's old school. Because it's more cost effective for them to do it that way than it is to actually buy all the frozen stuff. You would think it'd be easier one way or the other. It just requires more work.
We must be hungry, boys.
I'm definitely hungry. I'm hungry now because we're talking about too much food. But
you want to get another one?
Yeah, I'll get another one.
We can stop whenever we want.
Well, let's dive into this. Okay. 1500 live.
Look this up. You're going to want to look this up.
Turtle?
Okay.
Turtler at airport.
Turtles. Look up
1500 live turtles at airport. Okay, damn.
Look this up. So this has to do with the exotic animal like sales and people trying to sneak turtles in their luggage.
Wait, are these special turtles or are these just
a certain breed of turtles and they go for more money in like the Philippines or wherever this was? Look this up. I don't know what.
Is there a video?
And they tried to sneak through 1500 at one time,
and they were all duct taped. I don't know what they were duct taped.
So they couldn't. They couldn't yell.
Yeah, look, it's right here. Look,
there they are.
More than 1,500 live turtles found duct taped and stuffed in suitcases. The turtles belong to 4 different species, 3 of which are listed as vulnerable. More than 1,500 live exotic turtles found wrapped in duct tape. Airport in the Philippines. The animals, which had a total worth of 4.5 million Philippine pesos, equivalent to $87,000 worth of turtles, were probably set to be sold at the country's Bureau of Customs Agency said in a Facebook post. Of course, they're reporting on Facebook. But here's a picture of a guy's suitcase with all his shoes, his Converse, and there's a bunch of turtles in there.
And it looks so shitty. Hold it up to the camera there.
I mean, well,
I don't think they can see it. It's
okay. It's too little.
I mean, you wouldn't even. Honestly, it looks like a leopard, like a coin purse or something like that. But the way those turtle shells, they're kind of weird looking. They're not something we'd see.
I don't know why you would think you could get away with that, though. I mean, I don't know that I've ever been traveling with anybody and at least one person didn't have them. I've been searched things in their luggage. It almost always has.
Yeah. This is the thing that's crazy. It says a lucrative black market for rare turtles actually exists in Hong Kong, where poachers frequently set traps for the animals, despite all wild turtles being protected by law. The Hong Kong government says anyone found with an endangered species faces a maximum fine of 10 million Hong Kong dollars, which is the equivalent to 1.3 million US dollars, and 10 years in jail under Philippine law.
I like turtles.
I just don't know why you'd risk
crazy. And then It just goes to talk on about it. It says last year the agency said it seized a total of 560 different exotic species that were packed into parcels, luggage, and shipments. The haul included 250 geckos, 255 corals, and other reptiles. It said.
I would just try to sneak cocaine.
It's crazy.
I think that would be easier than sneaking turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hide it in your butt.
Who would have thought like turtles would be something to like? We're smoking turtles. Like I feel like that kid who said that I like turtles.
I like
Man,
turtles.
he needs to be the sideline reporter for that story right there.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? I like turtles.
That's funny. Are there any
Yeah, that's
animals
good.
around here that would draw money if you like to live around here that you could sell? You think?
I don't know.
If you captured a wild one?
I don't know if there was any species that is just like. I mean, I feel like everything that we have around here is super common. I don't know if there's anything that's maybe a water moccasin. I think they're more, they're regionalized to here. But I mean,
nobody wants a pet water.
Oh,
moccasin,
well, I know
think,
I know timber rattlers, which we all saw, or at least, or were you on that trip when we saw the rattlesnake?
No.
That was when we were in Chattanooga on that one hike. Maybe it was Mitchell and Michael.
Yeah, I don't know. So we were on a trip in Tennessee somewhere, and we got to an overlook, and I set my bag down. I was the first one to the overlook, and I took my backpack off and set it down, and started kind of walking, and immediately heard a rattling, and looked down, and it was the fucking only rattlesnake I've ever seen in the wild.
You're
ever.
like 3.5 feet away from it.
I'm
close, super close to
the
it.
snake. Scared the shit out of me, man. I
How have I never heard this story?
I don't know, but
what did you do?
Just back.
Yeah, there was like
jumped and backed up, and then everybody kind of looked at it and everything like that.
Because TJ had went over this log, and there was an overlook right there. But right on the other side of this log, it was like sunbathing or whatever. And I mean, that thing was just tail up and head up and everything.
I was close to stepping on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly.
it was TJ was in striking distance, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, it was definitely very close to him.
That rattle alerted me, and I definitely got the heck out of Dodge.
He'd let you know not to tread on him,
and I didn't tread on him.
But
don't tread on me.
that was one of the things, because you hear about that, but you don't really think about rattlesnakes being on the East Coast. You always think Diamondbacks, Arizona, desert and stuff like that. But when we saw it, I was just like, holy shit! I've only seen this thing at a zoo,
right?
But this thing is sweet.
It's funny because I've done a little bit of hiking out west, but I guess I'm in such populated areas when I've done that. That I've not seen any out there, but I've seen the one rattlesnake in the wild I've seen was in Tennessee. So cool.
No. Oh, I said that don't tread on me. That made me think about the last podcast when you were talking about the Kentucky getting the they got a constitutional carry now.
Just signed, yeah.
I know, but on the last podcast you brought it up, and dude, I don't know what the fuck was going on in my brain. Like my brain, I'm always trying to look at each side of it.
Right.
And I guess I was trying to think about like what was positive about carry permits.
Okay.
And that's like what I rattled on about like forever.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was so silly. It was so dumb. But anyhow, I'm really glad that they got constitutional carry. I think everybody should get constitutional carry. And yeah, so just to clarify that from the last one, I don't know what the fuck. Like I was like yelling at myself listening back to that. Like that was so fucking silly.
Negatively about constitutional carry.
No, I didn't talk negative. I just started talking about like all the good things that come from having carry permits, and like it just sounded like that I was like really pro, like that's what we should be doing. But that was just silly. Are you eating again?
No.
On this
I want to show you
podcast?
this. I read this from
my wife
I don't
brought
think
in while we were doing this. Brought in this is how good she is. She brought in a new thing of 10 cup whiskey and set it down.
Oh, she hates us. She's trying to kill you.
10 cups delicious.
We have so much whiskey on this table.
I know, but she didn't know how much we had. And some M&M. Can I tell you, she has a secret whiskey stash that she has hidden from me, and I know where it is.
Wait, what? Really? So because she's sick of you drinking all of her whiskey?
Yeah, legitimately. She's sick of like
That's
us
amazing.
having whiskey and like that she likes and me drinking it. So she bought a smaller thing of Maker's Mark and has it hid.
She's one with good taste.
Has it hid in her underwear drawer.
Oh, that's a terrible place.
Yeah,
I know.
You're definitely.
I was like, this is the stupidest place. Of course, I'm in her underwear drawer sniffing her panties and everything. Of course. And
I was going to say like picking out something for her to wear.
But I mean, that's what I do. And
wait, why are you sniffing clean panties? What does that do for you?
I don't know. I'm not really doing that. I'm just being funny. But I'm doing laundries, honestly, when I found it.
Okay.
But just to prove a point that I knew where it was, so I wanted her to know that I found it. I poured a little bit of it so it'd be a little lower and drunk some. I don't think she knows that though until if she watches
Listen.
this. I don't know or listen.
Well,
to
you're
this.
about to find out if
Well,
she does listen.
I had to pull
it.
this up
fair
because these are no ordinary.
But she also
M&Ms.
brought M&Ms too.
These are no
before.
ordinary M&Ms.
No, what are
They are a specific
That
flavor.
Levi went after like he went after that bucket of.
But since you guys don't know what it is, I'm gonna let you try it first,
Before
and you
we-
tell me what you think.
I'm not trying
is.
it. I don't eat candy anymore.
You don't even
Chad,
want
you
one
grab
for the
one of
sake
these-
of
I don't eat
Chad,
candy.
for the sake
grab
of, like,
one of these-
tasting one.
Chad, it's got a peanut in
I
it.
feel like
Protein.
The,
Eat it.
the thing is, I feel like
I'll
if I
tell you what
eat
it is
it,
then.
I feel like
No,
it's gonna,
don't guess. I want Chad to eat
I
it.
feel like it's going to open a door.
No,
and
it's
if I
not.
eat it, then I'm just
Pandora's
going to
box.
start
I
eating
don't think
candy
you're gonna
all the
like
time.
it. I don't think you're gonna like it. Try it.
I feel like you don't think
I really don't. Eat
Well,
it.
I picked a yellow one, so I'm probably not going to eat that. I'm not going to like that.
The color doesn't matter.
Can I have one
try-
more? Because
Yes.
it feels.
Oh, sorry.
First, I thought it was nothing. Then it started tasting hot almost.
Try it. I'm gonna eat it because I already know. But
I'm chewing right in the microphone, so you can know that I'm chewing.
Yeah, I'm too. What
Is
the,
it?
what the
is
fuck
it-
is this?
Is it
You know
jalapeno?
it is Mexican jalapeno peanut
Holy
M&Ms.
shit, that's weird.
That is weird. You're right. It was like a normal peanut M&M, and
then
suddenly
it
it
was
was like
end. Yeah,
it was
I-
spicy for some reason.
I saw that across the way, and I was like, I have to go get this. This is
it
interesting.
must be why she brought it.
Thanks for that, Levi. I hate it.
That's weird. I dig it. I'm not gonna keep eating them right now, but as soon as we sign off, I'm gonna munch down a bunch.
No, I would absolutely eat that whole bag if I was still doing it. I can't. I don't know. It's-
Chad's gonna go on a binge. as
Well,
soon as he gets
I
home.
got something for us to eat.
I
Then. If
know.
we're doing an eat thing, I just realized the other day when I was in a store
Oh, he's got it already
You got
under
it,
the
yeah,
desk.
you got it
that
right
I have
there.
never had sardines. Have you guys
Fuck
had
you.
sardines?
Fuck you. I'm not eating this. No.
In
fuck you.
Louisiana hot sauce right here.
No, fuck you. I'm not doing
I've
this.
never
Do
had a
not open
sardine.
that.
Have you ever had a
I'm not
sardine?
doing this.
No.
Have you ever
I'm
had a
not doing
sardine?
this. Yes, I've had 1,000, and I don't want any more.
Well, if you've had 1,000, you're good. I've never had one.
No, I don't want any more. Oh, you do not open this.
Is it gonna
I do not wanna-
Is it gonna stink?
Yeah, yes. Do not open this.
Oh,
I
dude.
don't want it. No, do not do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at it.
It's not too bad.
What the
Honestly,
fuck?
it don't smell too bad.
What the fuck is happening here?
See that? Have you ever had one? Honestly,
No, honestly.
let's try them.
No,
I'm
fuck
gonna
you.
get one.
I'm not. No, I'm not doing
it's
this.
good for you.
I am not doing this.
I'll do it with you.
No,
I'll do
fuck
it.
you. I'm not doing
I'll do
this.
it.
You're gonna be the only one that don't do it.
Yes.
Oh, that one's
Are you
Yes, I
sure
will.
about that?
Yes.
In Louisiana hot sauce.
Dude, that looks fucking disgusting. I'm not doing this. Oh, you just ripped that one in half.
You want to do one?
No.
A little one. Do
no,
that little one.
No,
Just do that
I'm
little
not,
one.
no, I'm not
Cheers.
doing it. I'm not doing
You
it.
got a little one.
Y'all can.
I'm gonna eat my whole piece though.
Oh, that looks so fucking awful. I cannot
It's
believe
actually
you
not
are
too
doing
bad.
this. What is wrong with you?
It's
people?
not as dramatic as I thought because it's kind of good.
It's kind of like tuna.
Y'all are gross.
Yeah, it's like tuna.
Y'all are gross as fuck.
Try that. You like
No.
tuna?
Yes.
Try that. You'll
No.
like it. Trust
Lick
me.
my fingers.
No, I don't want my fish
Trust
to
me,
still
dude.
look like a fish.
No, you're gonna like this.
No, I'm not.
I
Yeah, you
promise.
actually would.
I
It's not
promise
bad.
you'll like this if you
I
like
don't,
tuna.
I don't want to. It's still got the bones in it.
It don't taste like it.
No, it's not crunchy at all.
It's still got the bones in it. You
It's
just
soft.
pulled that piece out of its skin.
It's soft.
We're good. Honestly,
Jesus.
honestly, I'm okay with
Chad's
it.
reaction to that was priceless.
I'm not.
I do
I'm
need
not
napkins.
doing
though.
this. You're nasty as fuck.
Hey, thank you, TJ. Now I've experienced sardines.
Oh God.
I
Me
don't.
too.
I don't think I would get them again.
None. One.
I think it'd be better. I
That
think.
doesn't even smell good.
I,
No,
I think.
that smells terrible.
I think it'd be better with crackers if you had some crackers to go with it. So,
That-
I'm in on that.
It
now.
smells like
That's not bad.
tuna that
That's not
someone
bad.
threw
I'd
in the
eat it.
trash 3 days ago.
Hey,
That's what it smells like.
I don't want to let tuna go to waste.
Oh God,
The
it smells
M&Ms
so
are better.
awful in here
You
now.
can still smell it.
Yes.
I can't even smell it. Just drink a little more
I
whiskey.
smell my
You're good.
finger.
Y'all gross.
You want another beer?
Y'all gross as fuck.
You want some Coors Light? We got some Coors Light down here.
I'm gonna need. Actually, I still got some of this coffee I need to work on. I think.
Coors Light.
Mhm.
So there you go.
Interesting.
I can't believe this just happened.
I
Hey,
seen it in the
y'all-
store and I was thinking,
y'all
I,
gross.
I love it, man.
Oh, yeah.
attaboy.
Why don't y'all high five?
Hey, I'm gonna
Why
get.
don't y'all? Why don't
no,
y'all?
Let's do it.
How about?
Yeah,
Hey,
y'all high five. Yeah,
I'm gonna-
y'all touch dicks.
Hey, I'm bringing something.
Touch dicks. Make
I'm
out a
hey,
little bit.
No, that's no. I'm
What
gonna,
do you bring?
no, this made me think of Tosh.0. He said you put the head of your penis into the foreskin of another man's penis. It's called docking.
Yeah.
I don't have a.
I don't know why I
foreskin,
remember it,
though.
but yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm gonna bring something on the next show, and you're gonna eat it.
No, I ain't. I don't even know what it is.
Read
Are
us
you getting
one.
you getting another thing out of there?
Yeah, I'm gonna get another thing out of here.
Well, this doesn't have to be Tales of the Guano. This can just be straight up talking points.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Well, you could add some to it if you want to too.
So apparently there was a
I'm going
Bible
to.
signed by Donald Trump that sells on eBay for $325.
Yes.
This is so.
What?
This is
This
what?
week.
Gro-
This
what-
happened this week.
This
Really?
is so
What?
stupid that I instantly believe it.
What grown ass man autographs a Bible to begin with?
What
Yeah.
any person buys it.
Yeah, who signs it? Hey, JC's my man.
Well,
Trump.
here's what I'm picturing is the guy at the rally that brings his Bibles. Like, hey, man, I met Donald Trump. Only thing I had was my Bible, so I had him sign that.
Yeah, I think that's more how it went down.
Probably, yeah.
Trump was there signing stuff, and some dude threw a Bible in front of him. He's like, "All right, whatever," and he just signed
But
it.
then this thing sells on eBay for not a ton of money, but $325.
It sold for that. Someone paid $325.
Yeah.
For Donald Trump's autograph
It's
Bible.
part
Which
of-
version of the Bible we got here?
I mean, I bet it was King James. If it
Had
Got to be
had-
King
had to
James. We got to be looking at a
Had
King
to be.
James.
have you
here.
guys seen the video clip of him talking about how The Art of the Deal, the book he wrote, is his second favorite book?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
No.
We talked about this back when he was running for
Let me
president.
see that.
Oh,
Let me
it's
see that real
it's
quick.
amazing.
Yeah, this is.
It's
I
absolutely.
want you to hear the audio of it if you're listening to this because it's the greatest.
It was so cringy. I don't know why like left wing media didn't jump all over this. I mean, it's
I
so
know.
cringy. I mean, you could about spasm out. It's so cringy.
Yeah.
Really?
It's that bad.
And how recent was this when he was actually had this like?
This one he was
talk about it?
campaigning,
Oh, campaigning. Okay, gotcha.
but like way early in the campaign.
I just know some of his early stuff where he was even talking about the Bible was super cringy because he's like, I know the Bible, and quoting
Yeah.
off some like random stuff, and I was just like,
Yeah,
man,
Yeah, and this is not an anti-Trump thing. This
Yeah,
is
no,
just
no,
an
no,
anti.
no.
This is ridiculous.
we did that on the last podcast too. We got way more into like political
Political,
shit
yeah.
than like I'm comfortable
we?
doing. Yeah. Did you not listen to the last
I
podcast?
did, but
I
I
feel
must
like
have been drunk when I listened to it.
Well,
he was drunk when he made it.
that's
Drunk when he
fair
listened to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I felt like the more I listened to it, I needed to drink. To
Well, because the thing
cope
is,
with it.
this is why I don't like talking about politics on this. Because listening back to it, I wanted to argue with myself
fair enough.
for the shit that I was saying. Like that's
Yeah.
why I hate talking about this kind of stuff on there. Because I didn't feel like I felt like my points were way too one sided.
I can't find this.
There's,
But none of these are the ones.
that's not it.
No.
All right, we're in some
Move-
serious
moving on.
This
licking
is
dead
Trump-
air. Yeah,
Trump
yeah.
loves his Bible and Christmas
Most
too.
importantly, I brought my Bible.
That's what I'm talking about. That shit right there.
Yeah,
man.
it's so.
And, it's First Presbyterian Church, Jamaica. And this was written by my mother with my name, this is a long time ago, with my name, with my address, with everything. In case
You
I
don't wanna hold
lost
up
it,
too
somebody
long.
would
People
return
call
it.
it out.
In the old days, if you lost something, they returned it. Today, a little bit less so. But I saw this and I said, I have to bring it and just show it because it brings back so many memories. I believe in God. I believe in the Bible. I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I have a lot of
Yeah, this ain't the
reasons.
cringy
I
one.
love.
No.
I mean, that's somewhat
So-
cringy, but
so
that's not the one.
I'll just explain the one. I'll explain the one here. I know I found it because I seen it recently. But he's talking about how take that, Levi. He's talking about how much he loves The Art of the Deal is the primary clip, and then he goes,
yeah, and he was
this
like,
is
but
my-
that's my second.
"This is my
favorite book."
second favorite book. You know what my favorite book is? The Bible."
Well,
Bible!
but before he
yeah,
does
yeah,
it, the whole
yeah.
audience keys in. They're like, "The Bible," and he's like, "Yeah, the Bible." It's
Let me see here.
I do
it's
remember
horribly cringy. I had 3 drinks at the start of this, and I've drank them all now.
Attaboy. Way to go.
Well, one of them was coffee, but I drank all of it now too. I'm getting in here. I can still smell those
I know,
goddamn
I can smell it
sardines.
on my fingers,
I hate
actually.
y'all for this.
Here it is.
I hate TJ for bringing it the most, and I hate you for you. You should have been on my side, Levi. You should have been.
Listen
should
to
have been
this.
shunning him for
Hey,
this.
My
You ought to
second
know.
favorite book of all
Hold on.
time. You know what my first is? The Bible.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the Bible. Nothing beats the Bible. Not even The Art of the Deal. Not even close.
Not even close. That's hilarious.
Oh Lord. Have
Wow.
mercy on my soul, man.
All right.
Oh, you got another one, Red?
Yeah. So you wrote on here measles outbreak and chicken pox eradicated.
Yeah. So I just wanted to talk
Are
about
we going
this
to talk
because-
about the anti-vaxxers?
Yeah, this was less of a this is more of, I guess, of a talking point, but
I don't
Um,
get that too.
there has been So first of all, I didn't realize that they weren't even
That's because you
vaccinating.
spend too much time listening to doctors, Levi, and not enough time listening to the internet.
That's right.
No.
No.
So says the person who comes more prepared than anybody I know.
I don't think you were picking up on my sarcasm.
Yeah,
there.
because
I feel like I was laying that down pretty thick there.
I know you were. I was being sarcastic back.
Oh,
well,
double
I
sarcasm.
wasn't picking up on your sarcasm then.
No, I didn't realize that they're no longer vaccinating for chickenpox
Really?
because they don't have to. It's been eradicated. The last
Pretty sure my
case-
kids got vaccinated
my
for
kids did
chickenpox.
too.
I don't know when they stopped, but the last case was back confirmed in the 80s. They haven't even had a case in the entire world since then.
Really?
But that's still, I don't
Wow.
know how that's true. But I mean, hasn't like measles and smallpox and all that shit we still vaccinate for?
Measles
Wasn't that
there's still
shit?
cases for. Now measles,
Well, recently, but I mean, wasn't it gone for like a long fucking time?
smallpox.
Well,
Smallpox is
Smallpox?
what I'm talking about. They stopped vaccinating for that because it's completely.
You said
eradicated from-
chickenpox.
Oh, I meant smallpox.
okay.
Okay, then that's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
chickenpox. They still have cases of.
God, we got to get them sardines out of here, man.
Are you still smelling?
Yes. Are you not smelling them?
I
I'm
smell it
still
on my
smelling
hand.
them.
I got
It's
a piece, so
fucking-
I'll go just a second.
It's
and
fucking
take 'em.
rough in here.
But yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't heard of any smallpox outbreak, but I wonder. And don't they still do vaccinations for like polio and some of the other kind of stuff too?
Yeah, I thought they
don't-
did for all this.
I don't
for
know about that,
smallpox
but-
and polio
But
and
measles, they have outbreaks in the United States quite a bit here lately because of the anti-vaxxers right
Yeah.
now.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't
it
really
started
think that
coming
was
up.
such a large number. I mean, how many people?
And measles is pretty rough.
I'm going this
'Cause
number
don't they
for the
require-
rest
Is
of
it
this.
that bad?
It's that bad.
I'm taking it.
It's
I got
that
a
bad.
piece. I'm
I
gonna
got-
take it.
I
Y'all,
got-
y'all don't have to talk about
Well,
measles.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
gonna
I'm
talk
gonna-
about whatever.
No. Let's keep talking about this because you said you didn't know, like, because you know that there's a big anti-vax movement going on, though, right?
Well, I've seen it actually. Me and Amanda were watching that show, The Good Doctor, which actually not a bad show. But
Is this a like a fictional show or what?
no,
I
it's
don't know
a-
anything about this.
It's a show on ABC. It's in its second season, so it's about a doctor who has some form of autism who's actually a savant in a way when it comes to
so
surgery.
then they touched on the anti-vax.
Yeah, so there was a patient who was just like, no, we don't want our kid to do that. And then ultimately their son, if I'm remembering correctly, he ended up dying because they didn't have him vaccinated.
Yeah, that's and it's a big thing right now. Which part of it, like, well, I'll talk about this when TJ gets back up here.
I feel like the people who are the anti-vaxxers, and maybe I'm wrong for thinking this, but I tend to think of people who are just like, nah, the government's got computer chips in them.
Well, there's definitely
that.
There certainly is those type of people. But the problem is it's such, with the internet, like it's got to be such a growing movement, that it's started to become a problem. But then the main problem with it is it's like, do you force people to vaccinate their children? Which obviously there's a little bit of scary of that too, because you're basically saying that the government can forcibly inject something in your body. And I mean, I get that side of it, of like not wanting to make it law, but at the same time, if you're walking around amongst me and my family unvaccinated, well then fuck you. Like that's
right. Well, it is like a requirement for school, is it not? I mean, like when your kids go to school, they have to be vaccinated.
I think
for certain
so.
things.
Which is obviously because you got an option, right? You don't have to send your kids to public school. You can homeschool them. You can private school them or whatever.
Right. But see, that to me is where the anti-vaxxers kind of come into a bind, because then at that point you have to choose to do one of those options, and those options are not easy for people to manage. I mean, homeschool would require you to be at home with your children all day,
right? Which is why they're pushing for it to not be mandatory.
Okay,
because they want to be because we're living in a time now where generally both parents work. So they don't want to homeschool. So yeah, we're still on the anti-vax thing.
All right. I vaccinated my kids.
But yeah, I did too. But the thing is though, like I kind of can understand where a lot of these anti-vaxxers are coming from.
Right.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I hope no one sound clips this. And that's because like nowadays there's so much shit that was, if you think about like our parents' generation, right? How many things when they were kids was perfectly fine that they found out later will fucking kill you.
Right.
You know, back then it was like smoking is okay. You know, you can find those old like ads where like doctor prescribed smoking for
crazy.
Whatever reason, prescribed smoking for pregnant women for this, but you find out that it kills you. Like they got lied to so much. And then all of a sudden they're supposed to believe that this magical injection is not fucking their kids up. Like I get where they're coming from, honestly.
Yeah, you don't understand enough about it for sure. And smoking's one of those things where like in the short term, it has a lot of cognitive benefits, but in the long term and delayed reaction before you have the negative benefits.
Right.
But
and you know, because they're coming from a time too where they were taught that you know, like you're eating all this high sugar stuff, but because it's low fat, that it's good for you.
Right.
You know, and then you find out that shit.
Well,
you know, when they were kids,
generation, margarine,
eggs were terrible for you. Yeah, margarine was like the best thing for you because it didn't have any fat in it and all this. And now we know that's basically just a bowl of chemicals.
Yeah.
Well, I still like margarine,
but margarine's terrible for you compared to butter.
Yeah, butter's
terrible for you. Like they're going to make it illegal, aren't they? Going to make margarine illegal eventually?
I have no idea.
I think
because of the trans fat.
But haven't they modified it to where it doesn't have trans fat?
I don't know. I have to Google that and see.
But the point that I was trying to make though is I get where they're coming from. I get why they don't trust, you know, the doctors, and I get why they don't trust that's good for them. And you know, autism just kind of seemed to come up out of nowhere.
Right.
So I can get why they put that together. And autism doesn't generally start showing itself until a little later in the child's life, and that's after they got vaccinated.
But now they can pinpoint, just like you were able to pinpoint things or the sex of the baby earlier. They can pinpoint autism even in the womb now at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so we kind of
we can spend the rest of the night talking about why it's silly.
Well,
yeah, I wonder to believe that.
The one thing I do wonder with the vaccinations and stuff like that is, and I've thought about this a couple different times with like they talk about like how cancer is more and more like becoming one of the leading causes for death, like whether, you know, whatever variety it is.
Honestly, I think it's just because we live through everything else now.
Right. But I mean,
like, cancer's like one of the only things we got left to kill us.
Right. But I wonder if cancer, like no one really knows the root cause of why cancer happens other than certain, you know, types of cancer, like, you know, smoking causes lung cancer or whatever the case may be. But for like rare cases of cancer, or even just any other diseases, like, you know, case in point, like my Crohn's disease, like, you know, you tend to think like how they don't know what causes it. So, you know, when I got diagnosed with that, I started thinking about that. I started thinking about all the other diseases and kind of put a, you know, larger thought process into that. I wonder about stuff like the vaccinations, because a lot of the non-vaxxers that come up or whatever, is that because of like, you know, hormones they add in food? There has to be a common denominator for cancer that all these people have in common. I almost think that there has to be a root cause for the cancer to take place. I think
probably what it comes down to is a lot of like what causes cancer probably only affects like half the people.
Right.
And it doesn't affect them for like years and years after they've been exposed to whatever.
Well, yeah, because most people who develop it are, you know, middle to, you know, older age. Like I would say, you know, 50s or older for the most part.
Right. So, you know, you can smoke your balls off for like most of your life, but you don't start getting lung cancer till you're on up in age.
Yeah, but I wonder about prescription. Honestly,
smoke your balls off, son.
Honestly, I wonder about prescription drugs a lot of times, because prescription drugs almost have more side effects and more harm from them than the actual diseases themselves sometimes. And it's kind of crazy when you start reading up, because like I always crack up at the Chantix commercials. Have you guys seen these or whatever?
How long
how long the commercial is, and they're sitting there talking about it may cause suicidal thoughts and or homicidal thoughts. Could do this.
Homicidal thoughts?
Yes.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah. Anger issues. I mean, they start listing off all these different things that it causes, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, do not take this thing. Like, they're literally giving you a laundry list of all the different things it causes. I'm just like,
so can working in software sales, just as a sidebar.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, man. I totally think it's crazy too. I think about like with the genetic, you know, like things like CRISPR, where how they're able to actually modify genes if we'll be closer to a cure for cancer. And then what's the consequences of that if you cure cancer and folks are living
way longer?
But are they living way longer, or does the body still kind of just deteriorate and there's still kind of like a maximum?
Well, people do, but I mean, it just seems like everybody that doesn't die of like a car wreck or like something, they die of cancer.
Right.
Like that's
true.
that's almost it.
So what's the consequences on the population
People
expanding from not
People
having
start living to
cancer?
110 or 120.
I don't know what the
regularly.
number one cause is for death. I feel like the last time I saw something about it was
Obesity.
several years back, and it was
wasn't it?
heart failure.
Heart failure,
but,
yes.
but a lot of stuff contributed, like obesity,
Yeah.
smoking, but heart failure was like the number one thing. And then like car wrecks and stuff like that was pretty damn high up there also.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the thing. I'm calling it right now. Whenever they get this self-driving car thing figured out, it'll be illegal to drive yourself. As soon as they get that figured out,
Right.
It'd be
nobody
like,
will drive themselves anywhere.
I Robot, I think, was the first movie I ever watched where they actually had that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I mean, I enjoy driving and I enjoy the freedom, but I'm okay with also having that time back that I can do other stuff with it.
Yeah, it would be good. But
is there something where you think it'd be an option where you like, I'm going to pay for an express automated Uber that's going to get me to work in less than 5 minutes?
Well, we live in a capitalist society, so yeah, probably.
Yeah,
That's probably exactly how that'll work. You'll be able to pay more money, and you'll be able to zoom at like 180 miles an hour in the fucking fast lane, right through the thing. I did do that on the last podcast too. It sounded like I was shitting on like capitalism and democracy the whole time. I'm not. I'm just saying that's how it's going to go.
Honestly, like, when you work in a world where they're expecting you to respond to everything immediately now, and then whenever you don't, driving time and commuting time is not even a time when you can be offline or disconnected from your email or something. The expectations in business will be so ramped up. It'll be just ridiculous. You'll just be expected to always be able to answer every question, every email right then immediately when it pops.
Yeah, that will suck.
That'll be a negative.
That will suck because at least now you can say, well, I was driving.
Yeah, and like I saw the email, but I wasn't in a good spot where I could answer it. You can say that.
But then on the other side, we'll probably evolve past that, and we'll understand that people need to have time.
Hopefully,
and you'll be like, it'll be some lame shit like the world that like Black Mirror would do. But it's like I was in my me time at that. I was in my personal.
Let me tell you, Black
time.
Mirror, dude. I kind of was like, I can't get past the British accents. But then I think that was just season 1.
I love that show.
When I pushed on. Dude, I can't get enough Black Mirror. I've seen almost every episode now. And I want to start back at the beginning and watch.
I still have only seen 2 episodes.
Dude, you got to go back. You got to go. It's my favorite show.
Well, I will say the first 2 episodes really go to each extreme. You watch the very first 2?
Yeah,
the very first one is like the least on the end, and then the second one is like the most extreme end.
I would
just
jump to season 4 or season 3.
No. Stick with it. They're all great, but I would say the first.
But I mean,
2,
to get his appetite wet, I'm saying.
Yeah.
No,
because it doesn't matter.
It's been a while since I watched.
No, I think the third one may be one of my favorite ones of all time. Is that the one where the people? It may be the third episode where they have the thing like in their head, and everything that they see is recorded. And they can look back on it and take pictures and stuff like that.
So I don't remember, but
that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite episodes.
I'll tell you what I watched last night was the dating where they enter into that program.
Yes, that one was so good.
Simulations.
The dating. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. It's so good though.
Well, yeah, I feel like
they're so
show is my favorite show.
You can never watch more than one.
2. Yeah, I can't watch 2 episodes at the same night. I watch one. I cut the whole TV off and I just sit back and think for the rest of the night. That's all I do.
Yeah, you need to like take that one.
I watch 2 episodes.
I need to sell Amanda on this because it sounds.
Dude, my wife loves them.
I wait till my wife falls asleep and I watch them because we'll watch like Andy Griffith or Lucy until she falls asleep. And then I'll kick it to that.
I watched the first. Okay, I watched my wife come in on like one of the worst ones. I think because I started watching them by myself. That was the very first episode.
Okay,
but the one.
Honestly, that almost. Like I was just like, I don't know what I'm getting into.
No, I thought that one was good, but I think the first 2 are the most different from the rest of the story. The only thing about the second episode is that song that girl sings, because they're doing like an American Idol thing. They play that song in several episodes. Like it'll be like on the radio
so they reference
or something. Yeah, they reference like different worlds, or you'll hear them talk about like technology from like another one. It's nothing matter. It doesn't matter. It's just like, hey, loyal watcher. Yeah. But anyhow, the one where the girl's boyfriend or husband died and they were able, and she bought this Android and was able to upload, like they took all of it. He was very active on social media.
That's
so based on his social,
that's one of the ones I've still got yet to watch.
That was one of like the first ones that my wife watched. And she was like very in on it at this point. And I mean, I thought it was good, but I don't remember thinking it was like, it's definitely not one of my favorite ones. but it was still good. But anyhow, she was into it with me from like there on
cool.
out.
That's
So
good.
Levi, just saying, like
Show her
she's
some
liked
episode.
it.
Yeah.
We just this past weekend finally watched the newest one, the one that's a choose your own
Choose
adventure.
Your Own Adventure. I haven't watched that either. The movie.
Yeah,
It's a Choose Your Own Adventure movie.
I saw the. I haven't seen that, but I did see the Bandersnatch.
That's it.
That's the movie one.
that's the choose your own adventure.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. I
Black
just saw
Mirror
Bandersnatch,
Bandersnatch.
and I didn't know Choose Your Adventure. The tagline I hadn't heard, but Bandersnatch was.
I will say I enjoyed it. I thought it would be better as not a choose your own adventure because of definitely not going to spoil it, but just want to let you know like what you're in for. It reminded me there was this game. Have you heard of this game, Levi, called well, fuck, I can't remember it now. And so that's fucking it up.
I can't remember it either.
But
With that description.
God damn it! If I need my Steam page up in front of me right now.
Give me a
because,
brief description.
it's about it starts out. You can beat the whole game in like a couple hours,
Okay.
but you want to play it over and over again because it's almost like a choose your own adventure. So no
Okay.
matter what door you go through,
It's a different adventure.
Was it Firewatch?
nope, it's older than that. Oh shit. Anyhow, it's a first person game. It starts out with a guy sitting at his desk in his office, and it's being narrated by somebody. And he gets out and he goes through the thing, and there's nobody in the office. And then you can start going different ways to look for people or figure out what's going on.
Okay.
And no matter which way you go, it's kind of the same thing. It's choose your own ending, but the ending is extremely different in this game, no matter what. So like you go one way and the ending might be that there's aliens on Earth. You go the other way and it might be there's a terrorist there. You go the other way and it might be that they all like there's a secret cave underneath the office. Like, so the story is completely different no matter which way you go. And Bandersnatch it's kind of the same way, but then the endings go completely different, like the same way. So it's almost like the story is really solid. It would just be a lot better if they just stuck with one narrative.
Pick the best. And
Yeah, because obviously, like we picked it, and then you get to like don't worry too much about picking the wrong thing, because if you pick like a quick ending or whatever, it's just gonna start you back over, give you a quick synopsis, and then you can pick the other way.
okay.
So don't worry too much. Like if you want to pick something that's funny, just pick it. Like don't stress too much about it. But as far as the overall narrative, it gets kind of lost in the fact that the narrative can go different directions.
Did you read those books when you were a kid? The Choose Your Own Adventure.
I read
books?
one,
Yeah.
and I remember.
Was it a Goosebumps?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Yeah.
The Goosebumps series used to have those. Did you read those?
I read Goosebumps. I don't remember those.
So the Choose Your Own
the
Adventures-
Stanley Parable. That's the name of the game. It just hit me.
Oh,
Sorry.
nice. I never heard of it.
Never have heard of it.
Anyhow,
Well, good job recalling it.
yeah, I've got it. You can play through the game and play through like all the endings in like an afternoon. It like the game is probably gonna be like $4 on Steam. But anyhow, it's fun and worth playing. There's an achievement for not logging in for 6 years.
Are you gonna get that?
That's pretty funny.
Well, I got a new computer since then, so I think I fucked it up.
Oh shit.
But I mean, I got the same Steam account. But anyhow, it's just full of silly shit like
That's
that.
funny.
But anyhow, it's definitely, if you see it on sale, it's definitely worth playing around with. It's fun.
No, so they had a series R.L. Stein did of these Goosebumps books where you get to the bottom of a page and it'd be like, turn to this page to do this, or turn to this page to do that.
Okay.
That's what this show is based on.
And
The
so
choose
the
your
show is
choose
kinda
your own
like
adventure.
that.
I've seen other video games that were kind of like that, where you can kind of determine the story plot, or even good example that I mentioned earlier was Mass Effect. You can kind of dictate your story, but
Yeah.
less influence.
But for TV
Yeah.
shows, that's less common. There was a kids TV show. The Buddy Thunderstruck had an episode.
Yeah, I
like
do
that,
remember
where you
that,
could,
yeah.
where the kids used to choose their adventure. Now it wasn't that well executed.
The,
but-
the Goosebumps one was kind of bullshit though, because I remember like the very first decision you have in it is like the kids go up on this like abandoned zoo or some shit like that, and they all want to sneak in. Do you sneak in with them or do you not? I'm like, I don't. And they're like, they peer pressure you and you sneak in anyway. So I'm like, what the fuck?
That's a bullshit.
This is bullshit.
The one I had as a kid was similar. It was like
Yeah.
a time machine. Do you go back or do you grab your brother and say, no, we're not doing this?
Yeah. And
It
you're
was
like, no, we're
that,
not doing this. Like, hey, your brother pulled you in
Yeah,
anyways.
right. It was exactly that way.
What the fuck? This is no choice.
Or just the end
or-
quick
or-
and you want to go back.
all the kids are slaughtered in front of you for staying out behind. You're consumed with guilt, and yet don't know what to do.
That's right.
The end.
The end.
Damn.
That's funny.
So
they don't have those.
the PlayStation released a PlayStation View had like a thing when you sign up with PlayStation View to where you could do something like that. But I mean, I never did that.
I doubt it's not. I've never played a video game that was so much of a like choose your own adventure like those books were.
Well,
Or
this
like
was
the
like
show
this
is
was
trying
like
to
a
create.
30-minute movie that you get to choose.
Oh, okay. Well,
decisions.
that might be then, because even like all the old BioWare games, I mean, you make decisions that shape the story, but you always still end up in the same place.
Yeah.
It's just what friends you have with you, how the world state is at that point.
Right.
But yeah. Anyhow, Black
That's
Mirror.
fair.
Black Mirror. I love that show.
I love
it's one
Black
of my, it's
Mirror
one of my
too, man.
favorite shows.
I'm so excited to watch a new episode. I wish. Are they making another season?
I'm sure they are. They're so fucking popular. I can't imagine that they're not.
That's two things that you guys are way more into that I'm just behind on is podcast and Black Mirror.
Yeah, I can't believe you're
I-
not way more into Black Mirror. Podcasts can be like a time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it's a big.
But
time
Black
thing.
Mirror, I can't believe you don't like that. And I
I've just not.
feel like your wife would like it.
I just gotta get wrapped into it. We've been kind of rehashing a few shows. We watched.
I do tell
some
everybody that I
other
tell to
Fox
watch
shows.
it to give it to at least 3 episodes. I tell them the
Yeah.
first 2
Well,
are very extreme.
Honestly, that's how. Like I tell anybody, I recommend Breaking Bad to for anybody who
Yeah.
hadn't watched it. Like you need to get through 3 or 4 episodes before it really kind of settles in. 'Cause-
Really, because I feel like that. I show everybody the intro, or I did back when it was popular.
Yeah.
I'm like, if this doesn't suck you in,
I
then
was-
I don't have anything else to
I was
say.
in
to
I
it.
was in on the intro, but
Yeah, I was
but-
too. But some people were like, it's just weird and awkward. I don't know how I feel about it. Then to watch the second and third episode, I was like, oh, okay, I see
Well,
the
I remember-
direction it's taking.
It was hilarious. Like, I didn't want to care to watch it at all. Like, because it sounds so lame. A chemistry teacher gets cancer and decides to make meth to pay for his treatment or what. I'm like, this is, which isn't even exactly accurate.
No, it's a huge generalization of it.
But
yeah.
that's like what I read, and I was like, I don't know about this. And my wife was like, oh, let's try that. So like I watched the intro without her. And
Yeah.
if anybody had seen it knows like that beginning intro before they do the thing. And I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
we have got to keep watching
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, and that's one thing I did like about the episodes going forward is that it kind of showed like a foreshadowing of what's happened, like a
Yeah.
brief clip, and then
Yeah.
you finally see it coming to fruition, and you're just like, oh,
yeah.
So that's
and the
how it
show ended
happened.
up being about more about what human more about the human condition and more about what humans do when they have power, when they have
Yeah.
I mean how they interact. I mean,
yeah,
it was just
when they face adversity, the
it was
decisions
just
that
about
they make,
humans.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like The Walking Dead. Like a lot of people are like, I don't know about how I feel about watching the show about like zombies.
yeah, it
Zombies
very
are stupid.
quickly became
But-
not about
but-
zombies.
But it's very quickly not about zombies, and then it got stupid. But it's
Have you went back and watched it? It was pretty stupid from the beginning.
really,
it
I haven't
was,
gone
yeah.
back.
But it was so different at the time. I think that's why we all latched onto it.
right.
Yeah.
I
To me-
latched onto it. I was all about
Yeah,
it.
to me, like midways through, it really got interesting because it got more about the human interaction, like the governor seasons. But
Yeah.
that's a whole different story.
Yeah, I watched the first season because I don't remember. It was a while ago, but I was like, yeah, the first season back when it was good. And I watched it. I'm like, this is not good. This
Yeah,
is
the
this
acting
is,
was
this is
terrible.
terrible. Like
Yeah.
this whole
I
whole thing is
haven't
terrible.
gone back.
Yeah, when you got the first like scenes where you had Shane and Rick in the car together,
Oh,
it is
dude.
painful
brutal.
how much better of an
Brutal.
actor Shane was than Rick. Like
Yeah.
it is painful.
Very bad. And you're not wrong about
You-
that because I went back and watched the entire first season. This is probably about like a month ago. And just because I wanted to kind of get back into it to see if I could get refueled to watch the next episode. Because, spoiler alert, at this point, I want to talk about something. But I watched the episode where Carl dies, which is totally different than the comics. Carl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it just like, I was like, all right, I need to go back and see where this is at. And I'll watch it in that same car thing where you're talking about where they're sitting there talking about their lives and
In the car, yeah,
wives.
in the first
it's
episode,
so fucking cringy, man.
it's awful, dude.
Rick,
It is-
was terrible. It's more painfully obvious to me that he's a British actor trying to have an American accent and trying to act, and it's awful.
Okay.
It
is.
really is.
It is. It is straight cringe.
Oh shit, Levi was reading another one.
That's how you know it was bad when like the main character's son dies and no one cares.
Damn.
All right. So
Yeah, okay.
Th-
I didn't
this
know
one,
he
this
died.
one, this one really piques my interest right here. This is CNN boats collision with marine creature
Collision.
injures 87 people.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about this. I read it on my CNN app. It popped up, and a boat collided with a marine creature. Is all it said. They didn't specify, but I started thinking,
Kraken?
fuck,
Mermaid?
is Nessie?
Nessie?
Did they crash into the Loch Ness monster?
Yeah,
out
when
here?
you're not given to think, this is either bad journalism. It's probably bad journalism.
Yeah.
It is. It is CNN.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They are the same ones that had guy shoots weapon at the border wall, and it was clearly a paintball gun.
All right.
And they were reported on as a weapon was fired at the.
Yeah. So this was in Tokyo. The marine creature was Godzilla. No, I don't know. It says more than
lean in here, son.
Sorry.
Or
This
scoot your
this
mic
cup
here
is
on the
keeping
edge
my
of the
leaning
table.
action from getting there. So in Tokyo, more than 80 people were injured after a high-speed boat collided with a marine creature off the northwest coast of Japan. The boat was carrying 121 passengers during the collision. 87 people were injured while traveling on the vessel. 5 passengers had to be airlifted to the hospital but remained conscious.
I don't know what it is.
Blah, blah, blah.
It could've been
Nothing. There's
anything.
literally nothing.
Look how big that boat is. Show Chad how big that boat
I mean,
is.
it's a fairly decent-sized boat. It's like
that
a
boat
yacht.
collides with something, and that
Dude, they're not even gonna feel like a dolphin.
They had a rock.
no, that's a
Hit a rock.
goddamn. That's
If
a
they-
goddamn.
no, it can't be a rock.
Kraken, like you said.
A kraken or
No, don't reach in for another one yet. We're
yeah,
barely.
damn.
into this one.
This
I
is
mean,
all
guys,
about,
bored
it's all
with
about
this already?
conversation.
It's on deck, mother.
This
All right.
this list reading motherfucker, I swear. This list reading sardine eating
He's already over this marine creature. He's like fuck that.
jalapeno M&M.
Hey, you know what I think about
Loving-
that? You know what I think about this report? Fake news.
You call it
That's
fake
some
news?
Fake news. That's
That
what I
is
think
that is
is.
kind of some bullshit news because there's like nothing about it. It's just
I know.
it's just
There's
a
no
bunch
details.
of it's just a
That's
bunch
why
of
it
nothing.
piqued my interest.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that I should have used that and wrote like one of my school essays on it and just gave minimum detail, and then the teacher's like, "Oh, I need more detail." Nope, that's all it is.
pour
It's
more
the best
whiskey?
writing you've ever heard.
you want some?
Are you ordering pizza?
I was downstairs peeing. My wife was actually throwing in some taquitos and pizza rolls. She said,
Oh.
in case y'all don't feel like going to a Mexican restaurant, I'll have these made for you.
I'm probably not
That-
gonna feel like it if you keep pouring that
That'll
whiskey.
suffice.
Just
All
saying.
right, so I grabbed another one.
Levi's not too drunk. He can still drive me to Mexican. I'll
Yeah,
eat
absolutely.
taquitos on the fucking way to a Mexican restaurant.
Uh,
I don't
so
give a
next one I draw.
Gosh,
Drew,
I've got to pee.
is
We're gonna have to start putting pee buckets up here.
pee buckets. You got that bottle right there.
If we pull enough
All right.
stuff out of
Well,
Yeah.
Levi's gonna be through it in about 5 minutes.
I
Yeah.
know, we got 3 in there.
No,
Yeah, we're
you're
getting
not
to
gonna
it.
save anything for next podcast.
All right,
That's
so
all right.
Billy Porter wears a tuxedo
Oh,
dress.
you got to pull the
to the
picture
award
of
show.
this. Have you? Do you know this?
No, who's Billy Porter?
I don't know who Billy Porter is. He's an actor, but I saw this
Never
picture
heard
of
of
this guy's outfit that he wore to the Emmys or Grammys or I don't know any of the award shows, Academy Awards, some award show. Pull this picture up. I just want you guys to see this fucking outfit that he wore. Billy Porter.
This dude looks like Kanye, but a really
Oh, I saw
Do you
this.
see this outfit? Do you
Yeah.
see it yet?
Yeah, I saw this.
Show it to the camera.
I didn't
here.
know who this guy was, but I did see this
no.
picture.
Who is this man and why is it?
I don't know. He's an actor.
He's not a new actor because he's old looking. But yeah,
He
Come on,
could have
new actor.
been newly discovered, newly popular. as
kind of
an
like
actor.
Morgan Freeman.
What are your
Yeah, Morgan
takes on
Freeman
this
did get
outfit
popular.
here, boys?
He was old when he got
Yeah,
around, so yeah.
It's a tuxedo dress.
It's a goddamn tuxedo made into a dress.
No, that looks like a colonial dress that like a woman would have wore like on the Titanic. I mean,
I don't
that's
even know
really
if
what it
he's
looks like.
he gay. I don't even know if he's gay or not. But
He's got to be.
He's a guy. He's like Levi said. He's an older actor who newly got discovered, who needs attention, and he's getting it.
but look at this outfit, man. What if that was the style for men?
Fuck that.
You know, like honestly though, if were born and every man we knew wore a dress and every woman we knew wore jeans, we'd be like,
Well,
oh, men wear dresses.
Well, man, like in Scotland,
Well,
they were wearing kilts. I
I
think
know.
kilts would be badass. I'd be
I know.
all
I
about
see
wearing a
kilts
kilt.
and,
That makes me
I
think-
don't hate a kilt.
that
Like, I don't hate a
makes me
kilt.
think
I'd be
of
all for
that
that.
makes me think of work here
You know how
recently.
cool you would be in the summertime.
We should wear kilts for the next episode.
We should have wore kilts for this. Well, wait, that's Irish. That's not Scottish.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. You
no,
keep
yeah,
getting
that's true.
Scottish and
Yeah.
Irish mixed up
Yeah,
here.
I don't really know the difference.
Whatever.
That's fair enough. I don't know a lot of the difference either.
So
Look at this outfit, Levi. You barely
Have
even.
you already pulled out another thing?
yeah,
I'm trying to take I'm
so
ready to go take a leak.
yeah, yeah.
Go take a
Dude,
leak.
you
Go take a
can't
leak.
you
We'll
can't
read the
do
next
this
one.
thing anymore. Levi can't handle this.
Business on top and
This-
and drapes on the bottom.
This
I
is
got
like
it.
the mullet of
Can y'all
outfits.
talk about this dress for 3 minutes?
No,
It's
fuck
like
that.
the mullet of outfits.
No, but I will tell that.
Hey, this we're gonna be through this one into the next one before you get back.
Hey, Chad, we'll be done with the new topic by the time we get back. You won't even know.
Hey, is there anything that we like that Chad doesn't like?
That me and you like that Chad doesn't like?
Yeah, I don't know. I did see there was a big trade in football that I know you were following.
Yeah, I'd be privy to it.
Odell Beckham Jr. was traded to
of
the
course,
Browns.
you're managing the Ohio State area, so you got to know this information.
Sure.
So,
I work in Ohio.
So I'm gonna let you know some more Ohio information, just so you are privy to Ohio sports related things. The Browns are actually gonna be very relative. Odell Beckham Jr. trade aside, they also signed Olivier Vernon, which is a huge addition to their defensive end position.
and their quarterback is
Baker Mayfield, which is good.
Mayfield.
So he now has his two receivers as being Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr.
Do you think they're Super Bowl contenders?
No. They
Playoff contenders?
They have to mesh and gel better first.
Playoff contenders?
They have a rookie head coach who's never been a head coach before. There's different variables there that they have to take. Playoffs, yes, I think they'll make the playoffs. The division is extremely weak. The Steelers lost Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things. But the Browns definitely making the right moves. Honestly, making the moves that I wish the Titans would. But Madden will be shook up quite a bit after this offseason.
Hell yeah, man. You get you a new episode of Madden.
But, hey, this brings up a point. Looking at this dress makes me think of we had a recent controversy at my work about dress code, about pants with the rips in the front, like the
Fair
tears
enough.
where there's, I mean,
So
it is a style.
They allow jeans at your work.
Yes, the dress code is very lax. It's like a high school dress code, pretty much. I mean, it's basically you can wear whatever you want to as long as the shirts don't have profanity or anything that's obscene.
And you have to enforce this as a manager.
Yes, yeah. As a supervisor, I have to enforce this. But like I want to say 80% of the workforce that I have is women. So no.
Okay.
But these women have like there's a few that have these pants with the rip style front, and most of them are okay because it still covers and there's minimum skin exposure. But it was brought up here recently where we have where these have been worn after being bought already worn, where there a lot of rips in front, where there's a lot of skin exposure up to the mid thigh.
I missed out on something amazing.
No.
I'm talking about now.
No. I'm talking about like
his work dress code.
Work dress code because we had a issue about the style of pants where it's all like ripped in the front, where ladies are wearing stuff where the mid thigh is having some skin exposure.
Oh yeah.
So we started talking about this, and well, the reason it got brought up,
Factory 5.
well, the reason why
It makes it a real world 1.5.
Sure.
We're
you're in a factory, like
we're talking about
ugliest girls.
We're talking about warehouse.
She's a warehouse 5.
That's right.
Yeah, we're talking about warehouse women here.
You
okay?
have a warehouse too. We'll definitely go.
Well,
definitely go.
But all that aside, I mean, whether they're warehouse women or not, there's just I've had several people where they're like complaining about like talking about like, well, we should just have uniforms if we're going to complain about this, and this. I'm just like, no, you're not understanding. You can have everything. It just has to be within reason.
Right.
But when if I came in as a man wearing the exact same pants you're wearing, there would be absolutely a fucking problem with it.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to get that. They're just like, I don't understand. I just think, this is just dumb. And, some man in here said something about it. Now I'm having to cover
they're
myself
trying to
up.
make it about the patriarchy, huh?
I don't think we should have the same standards, though. I mean, women can wear skirts to work. Men should not be able to wear skirts to work.
Did you guys see that
But,
Will
know,
Ferrell
it's just
sketch on Saturday Night Live when it was like when Casual Friday goes too far, and he had American flag like Speedo on at the meeting, and he was like the reports are in, and he put his feet up, and he was like this on the video. You'll appreciate
What is going on here?
He was like, yeah. Anyways, Will Ferrell was showing showing his junk off.
I'm glad you showed that to me and didn't just explain it to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
But the thing is, it's,
Levi's like, moving on.
No. I agree with that, but like, to me, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's some things that are work appropriate and some things that are not. It doesn't matter where you work.
Fair enough.
I think it depends on how attractive the person is that's wearing it, whether or not it's appropriate.
No,
or not.
I think. I mean, people will argue that, like for TJ is in front of his client, and you have to dress.
TJ can wear whatever he wants.
Yeah, TJ, you're a peacock. You gotta fly,
dude. I wear like suits and stuff now, but I don't wear ties, but I wear suits and suit jackets.
Yeah, TJ swanky. So
I look good, motherfuckers.
You do look good, but I do need to get like a different picture of you to cover up this Google picture of you that keeps coming up on my phone.
Which one?
Oh yeah,
I can't.
It looks like a ad campaign.
I can't take this professional shit, man.
Oh, you got one of my LinkedIn pictures?
Yeah, that's exactly what's on mine too. Because you have a Samsung phone, so mine pulls the same thing.
So it's this whatever you put on.
I'll pull it up.
You can't handle that
you
shit,
in the
son.
suit. No, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's too much like, and here I am. Da-da. Like it's too much.
That's my damn LinkedIn picture, bro.
Yeah,
that's my LinkedIn photo.
Oh, right there.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
You look like Mitt Romney.
I need another picture.
All right, I'll try to fix y'all up.
No, it looks okay.
No, I just no. It looks it's. I understand that you professionally got to have that.
Yeah.
But I can override what's coming in through your Google account.
Override that shit, son.
Yeah, no, I got to get something else coming in.
I'm burning through the rest of these mug tops.
You got another one?
I was just going to take a picture of like this whiskey or something and put that
that's
up there.
me. I don't refilled everything.
So TJ has wrote on here. There was a painting found in the attic that is the lost work of Caravaggio, worth $171 million.
I've always had this strong desire.
You're already getting another one?
Google that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
See the picture. You gotta see the picture. I've always had this.
Jesus can't fuck Christ because they're the same person. You're trying
to blow your load right here, man.
I've always had this secret fantasy of like,
you're like the kid that found a porn magazine and looked through the entire thing before you started jerking off.
No. No, that reminds me of
where you spend like an hour and a half looking for the perfect video to jack off to.
Oh yeah, you're wasting your time. Get jerked off twice by now.
I could have came 3 times in there.
Yeah, and cooked a frozen pizza.
No, listen here. I have this desire of like being at Goodwill or some flea market and buying a painting and finding out.
Oh, everybody does.
Millions of dollars.
It's like getting a lottery ticket without having to play the lottery.
Right. This person though found in an attic of a house they lived in this painting, and it was the lost painting of some famous artist.
Yeah, here it is.
And it's estimated that it'll bring $171 million.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It says it's a 400-year-old canvas painting found in Ireland.
Look at that picture, though. Does it show it?
Yeah.
Because it's fucking morbid, son.
Dude, yeah.
It's so what you're seeing is an old lady and like what might be her daughter, and the old lady's like slitting a man's throat.
Who is laying on a bed.
Yeah, he was asleep, and they just woke him up.
May or may not have been like sick.
Yeah,
like it may be like a hospital bed. I mean, not a hospital bed, not like a modern hospital bed. I mean, it's a very old timey thing. But the painting looks really good, though.
Yeah, like if I had found that, I would know it's like this might be something.
Yeah, you wouldn't question that this either this is a value or it's copied of a painting that's of value.
So it says it's some woman named Judith beheading some dude named Holofernes.
There you go.
It is like a very morbid, but
I would hang that up for sure.
Would you hang that up?
I think it's cool.
What emotion does that show us that again? What does that say to you? What emotion do you feel that?
To me, it looks like
that revenge.
To me, 100%, it looks like
100% says revenge.
To me, it looks like the mother is like killing the lover and trying to convince the daughter that it's good for her own good.
It's in this woman's hand. The young person is slitting that dude's throat because there's her hand right there.
I thought it was the older
and
lady.
She's pulling his hair with one and slitting the throat with the other. And this woman's like looking at her. Are you sure you want to do this?
Where's the older woman's other hand?
You can't
She's
see
got
her
one hand there.
One hand holding.
Is that not her other hand there on top of his head?
She's holding something right there. It looks like maybe a piece of his hair. So and there's her other hand right there.
She's helping.
Both of them. She's holding his hair also.
She's talking her through it.
She's like, just cut it.
Look at her
His jugular is to the left, honey. Just slit his throat.
But what a blank expression on the quote daughter's face.
It's actually a pretty bad.
No, that's a Vogue pose I've ever seen.
It's a pretty bad.
Well, no, I think that's the painting of someone that feels no remorse for what they're doing. This is a person that's
that's why I said it's revenge. It's got to be
not necessarily revenge. This is just person. I mean, she may just think she's doing the right thing or doing the better thing. She doesn't feel bad about what she's doing.
There's a moral payoff.
Well, even if you think it's immoral, I think this is just a sociopathic or psychopathic person here.
Okay.
She just doesn't see this. She doesn't see this person as any more than a piece
I want
of
to go
meat.
to an art museum with you because you really try to multiple times I've experienced you trying to really understand art.
What's the other times?
Understand
art?
That painting that we used to have in our apartment, me and my wife, of the lady with the birds.
Oh yeah,
You really
I love
try
that
to
painting.
understand that painting.
Did y'all get rid of that painting?
I have it in the garage.
I love that painting. It's so good. I don't know what I would do with it.
It reminds
It's
me
too
of,
damn big to go anywhere in my house.
It makes me think of Jameson.
Well, I feel like with paintings, a lot of that the artist is trying to say something.
And you try to figure it out.
I try to figure
Have
it
you
out.
ever
But
gone to an art museum?
no,
You
I don't
need to go.
No, I one because we worked in it,
I want to go with you.
but it was not anything like that. It was mostly just like fancy photography and fancy stuff like that. So
Still
it wasn't,
art, still good art.
and then like the modern art where it's like a like a white with like some red and blue splattered on
just
it
like
or
abstract.
something like that. Yeah, like I don't know. Like it was like
I don't get that. I don't get that so much.
I was like looking at it and I was putting forth a pretty good effort to like try to understand it. And I like the colors, and you could, as you looked at the painting in real life, you could see the layers of paint. So you could kind of understand
emotions, or
not really conjures up emotions, but you could see like kind of they started with this color and they decided to add this and they decided to add that. And so no, but at the end of the day, it was like these colors would look really cool in a room.
yeah, that's the way I always think.
That's pretty well what I thought. But no, nothing conjured up any emotions. But it is kind of cool when you would see one. Just think about it like a mass of like red maybe in the corner, and that red is coming out, and like then there's like mostly white covering up. Like you could tell the red was the base, but then the white is starting to cover up that red, so you could kind of but the red on the beneath is kind of bleeding through.
Yeah.
So you can kind of sense like there was something here, but it's trying being covered up, and I don't know what any of that means. I thought it was cool.
I'm very interested in Chad's opinion also of this art thing. I think that'd
Dude,
be very
I have
cool.
no idea about art.
Because
or
I want the perception of a colorblind person looking.
God damn. I knew there was something.
These browns and reds are beautiful. That's black and purple, bro.
You've never complimented me that much.
I
knew something was coming up there.
He's the only one that understands art properly, and the only one that has artistic ability. But
I thought ketchup was purple. Damn.
God dang, that was cold blooded right there.
I hate when people make fun of me being colorblind.
That
I don't
was
understand what colorblind is.
cold.
I've never thought ketchup was purple. That's not even how it works at all. I hate when people actually try to argue with me. People will like fight me when I say this purple, like because I'll say like I'll call a purple a blue.
That's understandable.
And I'll say something like that. I'll be like, "Well, that purple has a whole lot of blue in it. That's why." And they go, "No, that's purple." And I'm like, "I'm saying, but that purple has a lot of blue in it. I don't know what you're talking about. That's purple."
We think you're color. We think you see black and white.
I do. Because
you're okay with kicking over a handicap person.
No.
So you're okay with making fun of a colorblind person.
I mean, me as a person having Crohn's, I have a surgery scar that looks like I have an ass on the front of my stomach, and I also have a predisposed conception that people with Crohn's shit a lot. So, I mean, I have to deal with that. So, do you use the bathroom a lot? We can put your office closer to the bathroom.
Do you shit a lot?
3 times a day?
You should look beforehand and find out if that office is way nicer and way bigger. And you'd be like, yes, I do. I need that bathroom
so much.
No, I never get asked that.
And then
I never get asked that question.
If the office is like way nicer, that's further away from the bathroom, then you start demanding like, you think like I need your help? You're gonna hold the door for me?
I want the one furthest
And
away from the.
You demand to be treated like a real person. I want to walk my ass to the bathroom just like everybody else.
I seen
a demand for that father's office. That's nicer.
I have a question about
Oh,
you said something triggered a thought for me. I thought about this the other day. Like, typically when someone holds the door open for you, they're like, "Oh, thank you for holding the door open for me."
Yeah.
I mean, it should always be a thank you. It should be like an understood thing. If someone holds the door for you, you should say thank you. So
we talked about this on the last podcast, too.
Yeah, I feel like we did.
For things. Yeah.
When someone doesn't, you should just say like "fuck you." If they don't, yeah.
I don't say fuck you, but I feel like that's kind of shitty when like you got to catch the door that's swinging into you.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of shitty.
I honestly don't care. I don't care too much. I feel funny like knowing if I should hold the door for open and let a man go in before me. Like I generally just like let the man get it himself.
Yeah, that's true.
And let the woman walk in.
I think it just kind of depends on the situation.
Right.
Like if you're meeting kind of the door at the same time, where like you could both easily grab the door handle at the same time, I usually jump out and grab it first and then hold the door open for the other guy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the best way to handle it.
Yeah, in those situations I would agree.
Yeah.
Chad, I want your opinion of this art.
That art.
What are we saying? I'll
explain it. This okay.
It looks like two Christmas trees.
There's two pine trees in a snowy field with a dark, ominous mountain and or hill behind it with a full moon gleaming over starry night sky. I like this painting a lot.
I went Bob Ross.
I like the colors of it. Is this you?
Yeah.
Did you paint this?
That's me.
I do like this a lot.
So
I should have told more about it before I said that I like it, because now it sounds like bullshit.
That'd funny if you were like, this is shit. This is the worst.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for it. Thanks, man. No, but no.
Well, I don't know.
So we went
saying something
last weekend.
I like it a lot.
Me and the girls did kind of like a just hey, we're gonna paint on canvas, and I was like, well, I'm gonna Bob Ross this whole.
No, I'll tell you why I like it. Like if you want my opinion of it, I like how the foreground just seems like a very nice like image, like TJ said, Christmas, but they're natural like a pine trees growing in a field, and in the background you got this just looming mountain that I don't know. It could be a perfectly fine mountain. It could be Death Mountain from Legend of Zelda, and you got that full moon. That's obviously lighting up that snowy field. Like that's why the snowy field is so bright, because there's a snowy mountain.
Can you send me that picture?
Yeah.
I like that painting a lot.
We'll post this on our Instagram and our Facebook, and
how long ago did you paint this?
What you think about it?
Last Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
I can't do
shit for art.
That was a 15-minute painting.
Oh, we were talking about earlier, and before we got on air, and you were talking about you were want to talk about tattoos, and I want to talk about tattoos with you. What are you thinking about getting?
So now that originally I was looking up a molecule, and I was thinking like you have all these different chemical components of molecules. So I was like, well, would it be kind of cool to have like a family molecule, and instead of the different chemicals, it'd be a compound of the different people in my life who make me who I am.
How do you equate that to a molecule? Wouldn't that be more like DNA?
In a way, if it made up exactly who you are, but I was just thinking
you want to have your kids.
So I took the molecule for dopamine, which is the chemical in your body that it correlates with the emotion of love,
right?
And
makes you feel good as shit.
Instead of the other stuff, put hey, this part's Amanda, this part's Zoe, Nora, and then the new addition. So I was looking for that, and then
Eden. Are you for sure naming the new kid Eden?
Yeah.
Really, that's the name.
The new daughter's name is Eden Noel. Noel spelled Noelle.
Okay.
So not French for Christmas, but something a little different.
It is almost like French for Christmas. I like that. But the no, it is strictly translates to Christmas is what it means.
Do you think you'll call her Eden, or do you think you'll call her like Edie or
Eden? I think
you think that's there won't be a nickname.
No, I don't think
she could choose that when she's
she
in school.
could,
Who knows?
Right, but you just hear parents say that. Like,
fair enough.
They kind of got a nickname in mind when they name them.
Yeah, I went by TJ. My name's Troy.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and my parents actually, with my twin brother, called him Tyler for like up till the age of 6, and then
your brother's name,
transferred
just
over
for
to
everybody
Steven.
knowing, is Steven Tyler, which is pretty hilarious.
And my
considering he was
parents don't
born
like Aerosmith.
in the peak of Aerosmith's popularity in 1989 or 88, something like that.
And totally unrelated. Yeah.
That's not
supposedly.
No
That's
way.
amazing.
But yeah, so yeah, Eden Noel is the
good name
we're running with. So
Nice.
like it's we wanted something uniquely different, and then also with the daughters, each one is a 4-letter name: Zoe, Zoey, Nora, Nora, and then Eden, 4 letters
I didn't
also.
realize that. Holy
And
shit.
my name is also 4 letters. So my whole name, first and last,
That
is 10 letters, and so are all the girls.
That's the better thing about having girls too. Girls are way easier to name than boys.
Yeah, boys are very common names.
Yeah,
There's less differentiation
because
between them all.
there's a hard line there between naming the boy something super common or naming him something that sounds artsy fartsy kind of.
So I will tell you what the name we did have picked out for a boy, since it's now obsolete at this point.
What is that?
Chad.
Ezra was the name that we were going to go with.
Oh, okay.
The
that's
name,
a better name.
The name that I always had picked out for a boy was Evan. I just always liked the name Evan.
Yeah.
And then my brother's son's name is Jackson, or Jack for short. So Jack and Evan, kind of.
I do love the name Jack. I think there's just been so many badass people named Jack.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just a good name.
But the problem
Can't
is
go wrong with that.
everybody calls him Jackson, but I think as he gets older, Jack is what he'll end up going with.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, so the tattoo has changed since then. I originally had it sold on Molecule, and I'm gonna go forearm with it. I am.
You're for sure going to do this?
I'm gonna do it.
When are you doing this? You have a date picked out?
It'll be. I was thinking like mid-June, like
Damn, he
around
has
my
a
wedding anniversary.
specific date.
Dang.
So
that should be your second tattoo, because the first one should be a Whiskey Bros tattoo.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
We
we
should
should
do
all
that. We
three
should
get
do that
together.
first.
Together. I don't have any tattoos.
don't either.
None of us here have any tattoos.
Yeah, that's one common thing.
Isn't that crazy?
That's shameful.
In this generation, it is pretty crazy to think about. But the tattoo,
I'm too indecisive.
The tattoo is, the thought is, it's gonna be 5 words. My girls always come first. My girls always come first.
That's the words.
right
my
there.
girls always come first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Between my wife and my 3 daughters, my girls will always come first.
Nice.
So whatever the situation is, or whatever.
See, it's a good thing you had a boy.
If it's
I had a girl, because why don't you wait and make sure? Because that 99%.
There is true. There's
Yeah,
that
if that was a
1%.
boy and
That's
then
true.
you had that tattoo.
So that's why I'm kind of thinking about waiting a little bit longer, but we will have ultrasounds between now and then in June to further confirm what it is.
Fair enough.
But the molecule thing, dopamine was the first one that came up because it's love, but dopamine only is made up of 3 primary ingredients, basically, or chemical makeup, atoms, whatever. But the thank you, I couldn't think of the word for whatever reason. But so the next one I looked at was another molecule called noradrenaline, and it starts off with Nora, which is
that's kind of cool.
My second daughter's name, which is pretty cool. But noradrenaline apparently is the chemical that is released in your body that helps you to cope with stress and think intellectually when trying to solve problems. So I thought that was pretty interesting or whatever, but they call it the stress molecule, and a lot of nicknames I saw for it was the fight or flight molecule is what they end up calling it. It's just like, hey, this is a stress.
So it doesn't govern fight or flight. It can be. It can govern either one.
Basically, depending on your other chemical makeup in your body or whatever, it's that chemical release that ultimately gives the response that you're going to fight back or you're gonna run.
But the same molecule does either one. So
right,
okay.
Like,
but
I want the fight molecule.
Yeah, like if you got something that makes you more of a fight person or more of a flight person.
Well, apparently there's other chemicals, and it's how that chemical reacts to those other chemicals in your body that causes that reaction to take flight.
The human body's so goddamn complex.
Yeah, I know.
So when I saw that, I thought that was pretty cool. And that was made up of 4 different molecules there. So the 4 different names would have been there. So that was the one I was going to go with if I did the molecule. But as far as the surface area it takes up on the arm and stuff like that, the other one, if it's something script or whatever, and it's on the inside part of the forearm, when you're turned, you're not really going to see much of it. So,
are you thinking about getting a tattoo also?
I've been thinking about getting a tattoo forever, but I can't ever decide on anything.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm like I said, I'm too
Chad can get
indecisive.
his tattoo. My girls always come first.
And that's what
I don't want to steal from you, man.
I'm not gonna steal from you, but and the thing is like I would want to do something that's kind of cool and kind of unique, but I'm not artsy enough to like come up with my own thing.
Yeah.
So
I'll design you something.
no, I need Levi to design me something. I don't.
What?
I mean,
What do you want me to?
Yeah, you do a fine job.
And I'll be honest with you, it's
I'll look at both of yours.
it's
decide.
it's the exact reason that I ended up going away from the molecule, because I saw how popular it was after I started doing more research on it, and I was just like, man,
I still think that's pretty cool. The molecule thing.
Yeah.
I still think it's cool,
It's
regardless
pretty
of how popular it is. I think it's cool.
But different people pick different molecules and then build off of it, because the way the pattern is
Right.
pretty unique.
A lot of people do like the DMT molecule or something. You know, if they've ever had a DMT experience, which is kind of neat.
There was another molecule that
Dopamine's pretty popular. Too.
Dopamine was by far the most popular one that I saw, and then the other one was something about like euphoria or something like that, and I thought that was pretty interesting.
I should get H2O tattooed on me because water's fucking cool, son.
Yeah. I'm thinking about tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah.
H2O.
There was a girl who worked with me for a little while at Mark for maybe just a few weeks, but she had a Legend of Zelda tattoo, just the three triangle,
The Triforce
thing, and then on her shoulder, on her shoulder had the shield that Link had.
That's
deep.
Which is
That's
pretty
deep
sweet.
in that Legend of Zelda.
I thought about getting that same thing, just the Triforce, just because of just all the like that game and that symbol and stuff goes back deep into like my childhood and my life.
I mean, it's we and you have talked about this on our video game podcast that we did.
Yeah.
But Link to the Past Zelda was probably one of the most influential and probably my top game of all time.
Well, I'm talking about like the original Legend of Zelda, because that was the first game I played that I got super into, which maybe got me into games. My grandmother was super into it with me. Like that was kind of like a thing that we shared together, because I wasn't even old enough to read at that point. She was reading the manual to me, trying to help me get through the thing. And of course,
you talking about the gold cartridge Zelda?
Yeah. Legend of Zelda, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like, and then like people that know me, like she was so into it with me, like they made me, there was no Legend of Zelda toys. So they used their wood shop to make me like the toys for it. So yeah, like that game means a lot to me. It wasn't the first video game I ever played, but it was sort of like the base of like that whole time for me. So
that'd be a great tattoo.
I thought about doing that, but then it's like, I don't know, like where do you get it?
But see, honestly, I'm kind of like that. When I think about the tattoos and stuff like that, I'm kind of like you. I've thought about it several times, but I've never committed to it. And there's still room that I may back out of it before it's all said and done. But at the same time, like if I did just go full out tattoos and didn't give two craps about anything.
Yeah,
I think I could honestly go 2 sleeves, and I mean, there's all kinds of things. I thought about if I did do a sleeve, it would be just like a straight, like all the video games, just like every character that ever influenced my life or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, and have football shit on it. I mean, it would just be like the kid in me arm of tattoos.
That'd be pretty cool.
Who cares?
I mean, have Dragon Ball Z. I mean, I have all kinds of nerdy shit on
The
it.
thing is with tattoos now is they're getting popular enough that like it's not really keeping you from work like it used to.
No, it's not.
Right.
I mean, my wife is talking
I'm still
she's
leery
really
about it
wanting to
because
get one.
Does she have any?
Yeah, she wants to get our
Does
daughter's.
she have any already?
No, she doesn't have any already, but she wants to get our daughter's birth, whatever your flowers for your month is.
Okay.
She wants to get that like on her wrist.
I don't know what my flower is.
So Amanda's got.
I don't know what theirs are, but
Amanda's got the tattoos of each of our daughter's names on each of her wrists.
Yeah.
And now she's in the dilemma of trying to find out where to put the third one.
Oh yeah, she's out of wrist.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
But if she really wanted to,
see if she goes ankle, that makes it sound like
she could put my name on there, and it's 4 letters. So she got 4 4-letter names.
That's true.
There you go.
But
try to get your name on there.
She wants to make sure you guys are truly going to work out before she does that. I mean,
that's right.
Yeah,
you've only been together like 20 years, so
yeah,
you want to make sure.
You never know. Yeah, so,
the first 25 years is the hardest.
Yeah, it's true. It's true story.
You got to get through that first,
boys. We got to wrap this thing. Okay?
We probably do. How long? This
is probably one of the longer ones.
It's going a little bit longer. Anybody get any final thoughts? Levi, you get any final thoughts?
No, I'm almost thoughtless at this point, but I don't know. I really think this has gone really well, and I really hope the viewership who listened to that that last podcast can listen to this one and really appreciate what we're doing. And we've had certainly whether we have any listeners at all or not or whatever, we love doing this, and I mean, I love talking to you guys about this kind of stuff or whatever, because, we can have casual conversations, but this kind of prompts us to have deeper conversation, and you guys are kind of hearing our thoughts out loud. So when we talk about this stuff or whatever, like, you may enjoy it, but I guarantee you I enjoy it 10 times more than you guys ever will.
I enjoy it 10 times more than you do.
No, I'm talking about the viewers, not you. I'm with you.
Both of you guys.
I know I'm like the king of saying like 100 times this or 100%.
Except for those fucking sardines. I don't enjoy that shit.
They weren't that bad. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, it was really not as bad. Deal. Yeah. I think the hot sauce flavor definitely did help some of that.
It was literally just like eating a little bit of tuna fish.
I'm just shaking my head.
You should get some. I threw them in the trash.
That's okay.
Because I carried them downstairs and my wife was like, nah, you don't leave them in here. So I threw them in the trash.
You didn't like them enough to finish it.
I would have.
And you didn't like them enough.
I like to eat on the podcast.
Well, you didn't like them enough to save them.
He went back.
I would have saved them.
Well, TJ did go back for a second bite. I can really say I didn't do that.
Yeah. Bitch.
Bitch.
What's your final thoughts, Chad?
I'm good. I mean, I
want to make a quick recommendation.
A quick recommendation.
Today I watched Meg Myers do a Tiny Desk performance on NPR.
Okay.
And one of the songs, the second song she does on her Tiny Desk performance, was fucking badass. I think it was called "Tear Me to Pieces." And watch that Tiny Desk performance and watch that second song.
Can you link that and send it to me? Because I'm not going to remember any of this.
I might do that if you remind me.
Yeah.
Later.
Okay. If I remind you to remind me of.
Anyways, I love you, boys.
Yeah.
And let's get out of here. We got to get a little food in our system because I've been drinking. I think I've been drinking more than y'all.
Yeah, I think we need to order a pizza. I think that's the plan.
All right. Fuck yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Peace.
Signing
out.
Later.
Let me click off of this. It's gonna take me a minute.
Click
so
out.
Keep saying stuff that's interesting.
Hey, so interesting things.
I got
Leave out. What do you? I'm sure you do. You're the one that's not peed in this whole thing.
Camel.
And you can
in stream right here and in stream right now.
Peace.